us a win, yo. Give us a win, yo. Give us a win, yo. Give us a win, yo. In blue we stand, united we rise. No more defeats. Let's break down these doors. Chelsea is rising up. We will stand tall. Together we fight. We will conquer all. Give us a win, yo.
Smoking that Chelsea pack. Oh, I love football. Oh, I love. There is nothing that can give me a feeling of tribalism and hatred and love like this. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another stream, ladies and gentlemen. This is episode 65 of the A-listers, Habibis. You get me? Big up to all of you guys. Slap the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're ready to do so. Thank you for 43k. We want to keep pushing 44k, etc., etc., etc. Big up to all of you guys. Like the video on your way in. Subscribe to the channel. Big up as well to Lewis for the raid. Big up to all of you incredible people in here. Let's get to 100 likes ASAP. And yeah, Arsenal won, Liverpool won, even City won. City won, guys. Chelsea lost to Ipswich. You get me? Man United lost to Newcastle. And Spurs got a draw. That's actually a good result for them. Joining in first and foremost, the guy that actually was capable of beating Ipswich, you get me, on Friday. Egal is in the building. How do you, Egal, man?
Beating Ipswich is not for everyone, bro. Lewis, you cash checks you couldn't. You were talking all this shit, and you couldn't cash the checks that you were trying to speak about. Honestly, you know what the guy tweeted after the Arsenal game? He's like, "Oh, these guys are 1-0 up, and they're going to the corner flags." Wait, they couldn't even do that. They were 2-0 down. Lewis, you shameless guy. We're gonna have to speak to you. Also, we're gonna get into where's Jacob? Where's Jacob? Why is he always hiding after losses? It seems to be a recurring theme. It seems to be a recurring theme. Guys go missing when their team's losing. Hey, it is what it is. We'll speak about it.
We're here win, lose or draw, innit? We're here win, lose or draw. Let's go. Let's go. Guys, City won. City won a game of football, ladies and gentlemen. They beat Leicester City. You get me? Leicestershire, or however it's pronounced. And the fraud himself is here after a City win for the first time since he made his A-listers debut. Vator is in the building. How are you doing, Vator, man?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Everything's kind of nice and calm. To be able to be on A-listers is always a pleasure. I'm here after a win as well, but hey, you're going to get the same energy from me. Win, lose, or draw, you're going to get the same energy. We're going to speak on some of these rivals today. And
which same energy? Defending Chelsea?
I don't defend Chelsea.
Oh, you don't do the whole Blue Brothers thing? Yes, you do.
We're supposed to be Blue Brothers, but the Blue Brothers on other channels, not this one, because Lewis knows what the deal is. The other Blue Brothers, they move fraudulent. So, yeah, there won't be any defending today. I'm top row today, aren't I?
Fair enough.
Am I top row today?
Yeah, you are. But there's only 3 people on the stream. You're a StreamYard professional. How can there be a top row with 3 people?
Well, was my win more impressive than Egal's?
No, you're missing the point. You are going to be on the top row, but
no, I want to be on the top row right now.
Because it's 3 people on the current stream.
I want to be right now. I want to be on the top row right now. I'm defending league champs.
That's not how it works, mate. That's not how it works. Joining us next on the channel, you get me? They got a draw against Wolves. Not a bad result for a club of Spurs' level. He's here, the biggest Salah hater in the universe. He was going to get cooked today, but he caught life because Chelsea and Chelsea and United lost, you know. Man like Jordz is in the building. Hi, Jordz.
Yo, what's good, people? Finally, it's good to be here, you know, A-listers. I've never had to call up, but for first appearance, and as we said, we picked up a point, blood. I'm gonna be shameless, but one thing I will say is I'm consistent. Just like my manager, mate, I'm stubborn. I've been on Salah's neck for 4 or 5 years, and who Sam knows. We've had these conversations many a time ago, and I ain't gonna let go.
You used to think Son is better, but even now he's given that up now. He's given that up now. You're fully given that up now, right? You're just like, nah, I'm not.
Yeah, 100%, man. I gave that one up a while.
Hey, fair enough. And last but not least, guys, this is we're 14th, sir. We're 14th. You get me? Look at him. He's such a nice guy, and I love him. But he just supports the satanic club. So there is nothing we could do. There is nothing. Your life decisions put you in this place, Shikh. What can I do? It's not my fault. Hi, Shikh. How you doing, mate?
Hey, another day, another episode of A-listers, and hey, man, it's just becoming a pattern at this point. I'm just here so I can find. That's what I told you guys in backstage as well. You just talk about the same stuff again and again, how these players are shit. But here we go. We move Liverpool next week. Golly, oh boy.
At Anfield?
At Anfield too. Oh boy. After you man just scored 5 as well. Oh man.
We've scored 11 goals in the last 2 games.
We've conceded 20 in our last 11.
That sounds beautiful. That sounds amazing. That sounds incredible. That sounds like just exactly what I want to see at Anfield, literally. So, yeah, that's going to be fun. Lewis isn't here yet, guys. He will be joining us in a bit. Man United, only 1 Premier League win every month. More like...
Mad.
Wow. Nah, you're getting violated. You're actually getting violated.
This is not that bad.
It's not wrong. What do you mean it's not that bad?
What do you mean it's not that bad?
You were just 1 in 13.
Mate.
That's what I'm saying.
Not that bad.
You're not even going through a 1 in 14. That's what I'm saying.
You've won 2 in 15. And Shikh is
14th.
below you in the league.
We're 14th.
Yeah, but that's because of their former manager. You can't put this.
Vator, last thing I want to hear right now is it's not that bad. It's terrible.
Yeah,
after today, it's
okay,
but
it's not that bad.
It's not as bad as what City have just had to deal with the 1 in 13, now 2 in 15. You know what I mean? Like it's not.
What is this? This is
comparable. Yeah, but Vator, there's a problem here.
Relegation.
Vator, you just scored an own goal. You want to know why?
Why?
In your logic. Because you've won 2 in 15 and they're still below you. And Amram, Amram's been here like 10 games now, like 11 games.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But hasn't Amram managed more Premier League games than Ten Hag?
No.
What?
This season?
Yeah.
This season, no.
When was Ten Hag back?
No, not Prem games.
I mean, eventually that was going to happen.
Bro, are you guys mad? Man United have played 19 games.
Yeah, I think he's managed at least 11.
Ruben Amorim has managed more.
I think they're like
Google it right now.
No, Amorim's only done 5 games so far.
He just got 5
games. It's not 5
No,
games.
Ten Hag.
He's only done 5
Ten Hag got sacked.
Are we starting with Man United? Because this.
One second. Let's get this factual information. Ten Hag got sacked October 29th. Okay? So you've got...
No, 9 games in.
Okay, 1 second. So I'm counting Prem only, right? Jennifer March,
Yeah.
October 29th.
After
So Premier League games only. Chelsea, Leicester, Ipswich, Everton, Arsenal, Forest, Manchester City, Bournemouth, Wolves, Newcastle. I know what I'm saying. 10 games Amorim, 9 games Ten Hag.
No, 1 sec. You said Chelsea. Chelsea was Ruud van Nistelrooy, interim. It wasn't.
Yeah,
it
you're
wasn't
counting
Ruud. You
Ruud.
counted Chelsea.
So
Chelsea
when
was
was
Ruud.
Amorim signed? After
Amorim,
Chelsea.
his first game was Ipswich. Amorim's first game was Ipswich. Ipswich away.
No, Leicester.
No,
No.
it was
No,
Ipswich.
Ruud van Nistelrooy.
Okay, 1, 2,
Ruud.
3, 4, 5,
Ruud
6,
was-
7,
Ruud
8.
was
Okay, so
Chelsea as
Amorim
well.
8 and
Yeah.
Ten Hag
Amorim
9.
Okay, Amorim 8.
Yeah.
All right.
But I
Yeah,
mean,
but
like
it-
something.
yeah, but you
it
can't
will.
say all
Eventually
of
he's
it is
gonna
Ten Hag's
surpass him.
fault.
It's not like
Well,
because
no.
there's
technically, hasn't Amorim
there's-
lost more games than him?
well. What if
Okay.
we're shifting the blame to whether it's Ten Hag or Amorim? I mean, it's Ten Hag's recruitment, it's Ineos's recruitment. There's a lot of things that we can go
it's
down
not
to
Amorim's
why
fault.
we're in the
there we
situation
go.
we're in. I mean, if you
It's
if
the
you want, we can
Glazers.
get into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Glazers
Glazers
out my
anymore.
club. Ten Hag
I
United
mean,
was
they
never
are.
this bad.
Let's just be on. If we're going to start off with Man United, I'll speak about it. But it's,
Okay,
it's
let me
a
just
mixture
do
of
this.
everything.
I'll
Yeah,
just
yeah.
do this and then I'll let you go because Lewis says he needs 5 minutes. So we'll start off with
No
United,
worries.
then we'll come to Chelsea.
No,
No, Lewis is showing up. It's just 5 minutes. Ten Hag United was never this bad. He got most of their points this season. Didn't hear the players were bad. Excuse for Ten Hag. Skullex, I'm gonna be honest with you.
I'll speak when
I am the
I'll speak on
biggest
second
fan
part.
of shitting on Man United, but Ten Hag was this bad. We have to be to be honest, mate. This was every week for them as well. We cannot do revisionism. Wallahi, you cannot do revisionism. Listen, United were shit under Ten Hag as well. Yes, they won the 2 trophies, but their league form was dreadful, and they were dreadful in general, to be honest with you. So, yeah, I'm a fan of shitting on United, but this ain't it, mate. Like, they were crap too. Anyway, before we get this party started, 515 people in the building. Make sure guys are liking the video. Make sure guys are subscribing. Lewis will be joining us in a second. We're not even at 100 likes. We've got 520 people in here. This is going to be a whole ass party. Man United lost. You get me. Chelsea lost. We're going to have a celebration today. So make sure guys are liking and subscribing now. Let's get the likes up, subscribe. And please, as well, if you're watching this on the replay or watching this right now, go subscribe to all these guys' channels because they are the reason why this show is elite. Go subscribe to Vator Games. Go subscribe to Shikh TV. Go subscribe to Carefree Lewis G. Go subscribe to Egal Talks Football. Subscribe to Jacob's channel, even though he's not here, because we put the guy's channel in the description anyway, because he's part of the stream. And go subscribe to Jord's channel, Durag Diaries. Some of you guys were asking me who's Jordz earlier on today and what's his channel. It's in the description now, Durag Diaries. So go show them love.
Are they calling you the Jordanian Jonah Hill? What's going on here?
I seen that.
I don't know who's calling me.
Who's called you that?
Someone in the chat called you the Jordanian.
I don't even look like him. Anyway. Yeah, I don't even look at him. That's a very bad comparison. Anyway, Shikh.
Yes.
Talk to me, brother. What's happening, mate?
I mean, this is the thing though, is that what more do we have to talk about? Just the situation at Manchester United, man. Seriously, it's a terrible, terrible situation from top to bottom. People are talking about how this is not Ten Hag's fault and it wasn't this bad under Ten Hag. I seen that super chat. This is a result of Ten Hag. This is the squad that Ten Hag left us with. This is a squad that he was giving money to build. And this is a squad that he's built. And we're in this problem because of a lot of things. Us not sacking the manager at the correct time. Us bringing in Ruben Amorim in the middle of the season, thinking that things are just going to change with this squad of players. He's trying his best to get the best out of this team, but you just look at the goals we conceded today. I don't think that's a lot on formation or tactics or like how we set up and the players that he picked. This is just like basics. One simple cross was played over, one switch to the left-hand side. Mazraoui does not close his man. The cross is brought in. Isak has an open header. Maguire is in front of him. Lisandro Martinez is behind him. No responsibility, no initiative. And he got given the captain armband today too, Lisandro Martinez. And I could literally say that he was at fault for both those goals. Both were headers, simple headers, just one cross in and goal. That's it. And it was embarrassing because from these losses that we've had in our last couple of games, at least and this is not me hyping up how we play, but we've had some sort of control. We've still had some sort of chances. This game, the moment the game started, it didn't feel like we wanted to win. We didn't have a grasp of this game at all. When they scored the first goal, it could have been 4, 5, 6 minutes after, literally minutes after. They kept peppering us with attacks. On top of that, set pieces were always going to be an issue with how we've been defending set pieces recently too. And I know people were going to say, we had chances here and there. And I look at some of those chances and maybe if we score those, it's a different mindset going into the second half. But that's the thing right there is the mindset. We didn't have the mindset to get anything from this game from minute one. Xerxes, the way he started off, and people are bringing up this whole conversation about we are scapegoating Xerxes and the fans booing him and stuff like that. I understand where everyone's frustration is coming from. Like, if you want to say the fans rightfully booed him or wrongfully booed him, that's a whole different debate. And I'm not going to speak on that because that's match-going fans and that was the moment and that's what they felt there. But he was not having a good game.
What do you think of the substitution itself?
He wasn't having a good game. Him and I'll speak on everybody too. Amad Diallo was also not having a good game. Up until that moment when Xerxes got taken off, I could say him and Amad were probably the worst on the pitch. Xerxes and Amad both were worst on the pitch. Yes. Like what did
you think of the decision to start, Brock Lesnar and Carlito up top?
I mean, Manu. It's true. I mean,
no, honestly, because I didn't think that you playing those two up top was bringing it. Like, come on,
what? I don't even think that's a
We're going down the Brock Lesnar and Carlito route already. Damn. Okay, that was an early punch to the face right there.
Yeah, that's the thing. It doesn't even really punch to the face. I see what you did there with Brock Lesnar and stuff. But yeah, no, it doesn't even feel like that because it's true. All this guy does is he wrestles around with people, and every single game he gets bullied. every single center back pair I could name. Tons of them. We could go through the whole Premier League center back pairs for all teams, and I would tell you that they would bully Højlund if he's up against them because there's just nothing to his game. What does he do? Hold up play. Xerxes.
No.
Yeah, we can talk. Oh,
the guy, the center back who thinks he's a bully.
Oh, De Ligt.
Butcher.
Oh, you're talking about Martinez.
The Butcher?
Martinez.
Boyaka. Speaking of,
I never thought thought he was a bully, to be honest. But yeah, we can talk about Martinez. He's been suspect for a while now, and I've actually been saying this. Hossam, we've talked about this on previous A-listers episode. You've asked me players that I would keep, and I never said we should keep Martinez. He's been suspect for a while, but it's simple enough is that he doesn't fit the system, and he's not a player for this system. Too many mistakes that he's made in a couple of games now, and people wanted to hype him up after that one pass that he had to Amad Diallo, but defensively, which is his main job, he's been a liability. And that's like he was involved in both goals today. The first one, if you want to blame him more on Maguire, I hear it. But he was part of both goals today. He was.
Was it new signing hype? Because it could potentially be new signing hype. We've all seen it. We've all had players who come into the team, first 6-7 games, they show heart. First season, they look amazing. Everyone's talking about them player of the season for that team. Next thing you know, next season, all their flaws are exposed.
Could be that. It could, or like I've been saying, it could just be that he does not fit the way that we want to play, that he wants to play, as do certain other players too. Like it's a list of players that I can talk about every single one, to be honest. Diogo Dalot is another one that we are finding out does not fit in the system and cannot play as a wing back. Has nothing going forward.
I could have told you that after the West Ham game.
No, well, we're finding out that he's just more of a he's more of a fullback rather than a wingback. He can defend.
It's funny because Dalot, people are putting him in like team of the season in like conversations and stuff.
As a defender under Ten Hag in a back four, yes, he does. He did the job well. I'm not arguing against Dalot for that, but in this system, he doesn't do the job well.
See how the huge difference from if he was so good at fullback, he shouldn't struggle to adjust to being a wing back or a third centre back. Like either of those positions, you should be able to fit in.
He's useless in the final third.
Yeah, but Dalot.
There's a lot wrong at United right now, though.
Did you guys see
he's never been good in the final third, though.
No, but specifically also what Amram is asking of these players to do. It's what Amram is, the instructions that he's giving for every single position on that pitch. They're just not able to do it. As simple as that. There's no surprise that Ahmad played in a wingback position and was doing well, because going forward he's good. In terms of our team, he's probably the best one. And there's no surprise that going forward in that position, because our wingbacks do try to go forward, that he was doing well. But Dalot, you can see it. There's deficiencies in his game, and it is clearly going forward. And surprisingly, last year's there were times where he had a shot from outside the box and he scored, or he had a couple of assists. But this season, it's just, it's non-existent. Every time we try to switch that ball over to the left-hand side, non-existent. And it's just embarrassing because it was the mentality today, really. We've kept possession, we've kept control of the ball in certain moments of games in the past, but today we didn't at all. And it could have easily been 4-5, simple. And we go to Anfield, and I had said this was going to, like, today, I honestly could have predicted that it was going to be a loss. It was always going to be a tough game. Egal said it earlier. Newcastle is a team that is better than us. And it showed today. It showed levels in performance today. Isak had no problem. Like, there were so many times. There was one chance where he actually could have made it too in that moment, where he just dinked it. He thought Onana was gonna die for it, and he dinked it. But he was through on goal, easy. Just free roam for him, just circling around. The ball was
jokes aside, do you think next week you could get another like 7? Like, or a really bad result? I'm not even bantering. I'm being serious. I'm being genuinely serious.
I'm being serious. It could, because if I look at the way heads fell today, and I look at the way just their body language, that the way that they were playing, all of that type of stuff, and in all the places that we wouldn't want that to happen, it's Anfield. It's really quick. In a moment of time, fans can just, we all know how the atmosphere at Anfield is for a game like this too. One crunching tackle and the players are up for it and the crowd is up for it, and our players will fold. I'm telling you, the first goal that goes in, I told Flawless this on the watch along, and I say this every single time. Here we go, early on in the game. Now we have a mountain to climb. And every single time these players face adversity, they don't respond well because they fold. That's the mentality for all these players. We see our captain last week get sent off for just a foolish challenge. So this is just a mentality for all these players, and Ruben has... Honestly, even now, from what he's getting out of these players, I think he's working miracles, because this squad is rubbish, absolutely rubbish.
So just on
Terrible.
that, because because you think he's working miracles, I don't think that he's doing
I don't
that
agree.
great. I mean,
I think
5
he
losses
is still
in
working
6.
miracles. I still
Obviously.
think he is.
Like,
What's the miracle,
we
though?
can sit here and agree that you've played some tough teams. But
I
you've
mean, a
also
win
lost
versus
against the
City,
likes of
a win
Ipswich.
versus City. Give him
You
credit
lost
for that.
against Forest, you lost against Wolves, you lost against some teams that you probably should have even picked up.
Everyone
points.
beats
Even if
City.
it's a draw. These are definitely games where he could have coached the team to get something out of them. At what point? Because I know, look, one thing everyone has stayed consistent on is getting onto my manager for not changing his system.
Yes.
And Amarim insisted that he's not going to change his tactics or change his style of play to suit these players. At what point are you going to, or a Man United fan's going to acknowledge that these players obviously aren't good enough to play his system? So what are you going to expect of the manager to do?
So with that being said, this is not me responding with the question, but then this is the whole logic behind it, is that, okay, so if he shouldn't change, or if he should change his system, that's what every other manager who has been at the club has done as well. And what has been the result? They don't have a job anymore. How long are we going to continue to persist with these players and let these players dictate how we should play as a club? I get it. The situation that we're in, results is everything. And Ruben Amorim, like I'm talking to him straight, is that you have to get results at this point. There's no matter what you do, results for you will keep your time at this club. You talked about it yourself. Time is earned. Time is earned at a club like this. And you said you knew this while you signed up. So you picked this job knowing how tough it was going to be. At this stage now, you have to get results. But I'm not going to backtrack on this whole thing where we should change our whole system just to cater to Bruno Fernandes to try to get more out of him, to put Rashford back into the team because now all of a sudden we have bad results. Like I don't want us to do any revisionism on that. All these things that I've, like Bruno, Rashford, Garnacho being phased out, all these other players need to be phased out, and it needs to happen at some point or time. It needs to happen. We can't keep allowing these players to continue at our club, and then this reputation is made. This is basically us, like the result of bad investment that we've had in the past couple of years, which has been a result for a while now. So you can say that it's been like that since Fergie, but this is a result of Ten Hag, us picking him, us choosing him after that second year, still giving him more time. Our front office, or the people up top, not sure whether they should sack him, whether they should keep him, making that decision to keep him regardless, then giving him more money to spend in the summer and not pulling the plug at the right time. This is a result of pretty much everything. And I don't know. It comes to a point right now where I'm like, Ruben, like, okay, how much more long are we going to keep experimenting with things? Start playing youngsters, change things around. Start like you need to now, the better players that we have at our club, try to get.
I don't believe this, Shikh. I really don't believe this, because people always throw this in managers' faces. The reason why I don't believe this is if a manager wants to get results, he's never just gonna shove a bunch of.
Oh shit! Yo, big up.
No.
Big
it's
up,
not
Lewis.
more of that. Big up, Lewis. Yeah, big up.
Hi, Lewis.
Big up, Lewis,
Hi, you're here. We added you. Logo. Hi, Lewis. Big up the tractors.
Yeah, sorry,
Anyway.
I was sorting out another video.
Hassan, my point is this:
No
is that
let me just tell you what this thing quickly, Shikh. I said the same thing about City when LB was bringing it up as well. If you want to get results, I understand if you want to try one or two. So let's say, as an example, there is this young center back in the academy that no one knows about. You're gonna give him a chance. I hear it, but what you ain't gonna do is play 5 kids when you're under pressure as a manager, which he's already spoken about publicly, and there is genuine conversations, possibly of him getting sacked at some point in time.
Yeah. But I'm not. This is the thing, I'm not saying like we should entirely change everything. My overall point is that try something different. You have different options at this point. What more will you do? This is where you tried to bring up the example of Manchester City. We are not Manchester City, Hossam. We are 14th. After next week, we will be in a relegation battle.
But do
you think at this point, I care about, youngsters is not a thing. It's not a good look. I don't care. We have to get results. We have to get wins. At this point, he needs to get wins.
So you want wins while he's still.
One second. This is starting to go down the route of where you're saying the pressure on the fans and the performances that you guys have had this season. You might not be even willing to give the new manager time. That's what it seems like to me, because you guys you're already speaking about this manager needs to start performing, the team needs to start performing. At the same time, you're acknowledging the players are making mistakes. Are you not going to give him until at least bring in some players in the window, get some players out of the window?
We'll have to see
give
in the
him
window.
Some more time.
So again, when you bring up, do you not want, when you ask stuff like, do you not want to give him time in the window? You're putting my ownership into question, which I have been calling frauds since the moment they've gotten here. So do I expect them to do something in this window? Honestly, no, I don't. They said we want to bring in the best in class, right? That's what they told us. Oh, you guys all heard it. They sacked one of the best in class after 6 months. Dan Ashworth, he's not at the club no more. Who was the person who was involved with a lot of the transfers this summer as well? Dan Ashworth. So wow, okay, Inya, so you acknowledge that you made a mistake by bringing someone in, but then he's also part of the situation that we're in, and you just sacked him off. Like, okay, cool, we just got rid of him.
And just with that, Shikh, am I correct in saying he's not been replaced, right?
He hasn't been replaced. We do not have a sporting director currently.
So there practically is no one leading the transfer plans.
Ineos are leading the transfers.
That goes to show
that's what I think.
right now. I mean, they have got no hope and relegation.
It's everything us as a club just currently.
Shikh, do you think this is a possibility, by the way? Because KJ is actually, he was messaging me. He's actually worried about this.
What? No, relegation is not a possibility, bro.
I swear KJ is messaging me. He's like, we come to Anfield next week. We're only 6 points above Ipswich. Big up Ipswich for the win today. We're only 6 points above Ipswich. He said it. He told me.
You listen, they're fine. The issue that I think they need to address is, are you guys prepared to go through the struggle of an actual rebuild? Because this is the ground floor. To start a rebuild, it could get worse, bro. That means get rid of Rashford. That means get rid of Bruno.
How's that worse? That's the thing, though.
That means get rid of all these dead players, bring in a new batch, and there's no guarantee the new batch are going to be any better right away.
But Chelsea's done it. Chelsea did it.
Chelsea did it. How is it any different? Are you willing to invest the same level of investment that they did?
Yeah, but how did Chelsea do it, though? We can't use Chelsea as the measuring stick because they're the anomaly in this.
No, I get it, but this is not saying that, so we just don't know whether things are going to be right, so we should just not do it. We have to, we have to rebuild.
You guys are not prepared as a fan base to go through an actual rebuild where you guys are going to continuously be in the mid-table.
But what do you mean? But what do you mean by like prepared as a fan base? I don't know. What do you mean by that? Like
what you guys have been experiencing over the last couple of years was Champions League, mid-table, or outside of the Champions League. Champions League, outside of the Champions League. Are you prepared for it to be a long drought where you're looking at your team and you look at the squad and you say to yourself, none of these players are good enough to even be in other teams in the league, and then still know that this is your team for the whole season? Because it's going to get worse. This is not the bottom. It can still get worse because you still have some players in your squad that are good enough to win you games on occasion, like Bruno, like Rashford at times, like Diallo. But there's going to be a moment where Diallo is literally the only attacking player right now that's going to stay out of this team. You're going to have to sign 2 attacking players. You're going to have to sign 2-3 midfielders. You're going to have to sign 2-3 defenders. How many signings do you think you realistically can make in the upcoming transfer windows to make your team better if you're getting rid of all these players? You're going to need multiple transfer windows.
That's what I'm saying, though.
The plan that you need.
There are ones, though, Egal. There is a couple of players in this team where if they do sign better players around them, you might see them shine, like a Diallo, a Mainu. You know, Eriksen is not bad as a squad option, as an example. Maybe De Ligt can shine next to a better centre back.
Hussam, but then they're going to have another problem. The thing about Man United is the reason why they're able to even get wins is because some of their key players are guys who can get GA out of nowhere at times. But if you're getting rid of, if these guys who continuously win them games, like Scott McTominay was winning them games the last couple of years, as they get rid of some of these guys who are fringe players who are not really looked at as quality players, they don't replace them with anything of equal or better quality. They go get Rasmus Højlund. They go get freaking what's his name?
Where the change would be at, though, Egal. Don't you think that with
Amorim, their incomings, their incoming transfers have been as bad as their outgoings.
That's the thing, though. I feel like he can take advantage of the fact that, to be honest, there is no director of football. So as much as I can make fun of it, Amorim will have more control in this window. He's going to have more say in the players that are going to come in. Because
they've made it clear no manager is going to have say, bro.
Well, if there's no sporting director, the manager's going to have to have a say.
What?
Shikh, didn't they make it clear no manager is going to have say over transfers?
No, he'll have a say over.
Eric Ten Hag had a lot of
Eric
say
Ten
over
Hag had
transfers
every
previously.
say over transfers.
Fair
That's
enough.
what
And I
this is
feel
his
like
squad.
Amorim's going to have a lot of control. And if we're being honest, if we look at this window and we say, if Amorim brings in 3 players, first team players for positions that he needs, I think the team will definitely improve. If we're being honest now, I think the biggest thing is just bringing in players that suit his system that can impact the team instantly. And I think probably a midfielder, maybe a wing back, maybe someone that can even play in at the back or play one of those roles in the front line. But they need those reinforcements as soon as possible. Because like we've highlighted, you guys are just dropping points and you're falling fast. Ipswich are catching up quick. I mean, I'm looking at my own team. My own team's the exact same. We need to make movement in January ASAP. But same way as you guys, like, if movement isn't made within the first few weeks, we're not looking at finishing in the top.
Jordz,
it's looking dark.
Manchester United could pull a Chelsea and sack Ruben Amorim before the season's over. If he doesn't get the best out of the players that they have to their disposal. Like, we're talking about relegation, all this other stuff. It's not going to happen.
There is an issue though, Egal, in that logic. I'll tell you the issue. Ruben Amorim and it's funny.
No, because the only reason why, Hussam, this is even a possibility is because the way that the conversations that are already coming out is there's not been a manager bounce. We've not.
No, I agree. Let me tell you something. I do agree that it's a possibility.
And I think it's crazy. I think they should give him more time. But the reason why I don't think they're going to have the patience, one, it's Manchester United, and they're going to, over every single drop point, it's going to be headline news, and it's going to be creating more controversy in the club. Number two, they have players in the dressing room that want to leave, and during the match, they're showing their faces. They look miserable. And then
like Rashford and stuff.
And then you see the performances. Can you guys seriously tell me in any part of the pitch besides the goalkeeper, are Manchester United better than Newcastle today?
No, they're not. But let me just say
before the game too. We're not better than Newcastle.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't even need today's game. Let me just say something. Look, the reason why, obviously this should be a big worry for Man United is Ruben Amorim was looked at as the guy. Like Ruben Amorim 5 months ago. Forget now, guys. I know we always like to live in the moment, and we're the people of today. Lewis would have taken him at Chelsea. I wanted him to replace Klopp. There were people saying he's better than Arteta. Amorim was looked at as the next Pep replacement. Like after Pep Guardiola, we're going to get Amorim in. So this is not like an average random guy. You're getting someone who went to Sporting Lisbon, which is the third biggest club in Portugal, rebuilt them, won a league title. He won a trophy at Sporting Braga as well, won a league title again at Sporting Lisbon, and was doing unbelievably well. You get that guy in, and he still can't fix your club. The guy before that rebuilt Ajax twice, got to a semi-final with Ajax, won 2 league titles, or 3, and he couldn't fix you. So at this point, like, it's getting to the stage where even if you're someone working upstairs in Man United, you might be going like, yo, what the hell's going on? How can we fix this if even Ruben can't? But before we allow Shikh to answer that question about Amorim getting sacked this season, big up to Football Terrace for the raid. Big up to the 1,300 people locked in. Guys, we have 1,300 people. Let's get the likes up. We're not even at 200 likes yet. That's some Darwin Núñez conversion rate. And you guys all want to be Darwin Núñez. I know you don't want to be. You all want to be like Mohamed Salah, the best player in the world right now. Hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you're ready to do so. And go give all these guys a subscription as well. All their channels are in the description. Kerfi Lewis G, Shikh TV, Durag Diaries, Vator Games TV, and Egal Talks Football. Subscribe to all of them as well. Hit the like button and subscribe to this channel as well. Let's get 500 likes. Let's make that the target. So Shikh, genuine question. Forget relegation. Do you think there is a possibility that Amorim could get sacked this season?
Yes, I do think there is a possibility, because again, it's a question of, and I'll say this too. I'm backing Amorim. I don't think he should get sacked. I think I'm like at this point where I see what he's trying to do, and I feel like this is not entirely the best situation to judge him at, because this is not anything to do with him. But despite that, he himself has picked to be in this situation himself. No one forced him to be here. He said, I want to be here and I want to take this challenge. So cool. Now that you're up for it, there has to come a point where he has to be able to save his job. Like I said, this thing will continue. Next week, we're going to go to Anfield and we will lose. I'm just going to say this is going to happen. It's a question of how much. This is true. You have to sometimes be the you have
no mentality, Shikh. Where's your mentality?
Okay, what mentality am I supposed to have? what mentality am I supposed to have? I
Fighter's
shouldn't be saying
mentality,
these things, and
Sheikh.
I'm looking at Ineos because I have to say these things because of you. This is just a reality of. You want me to sit here and be like, oh yeah, Amad Diallo can do something. Oh yeah, Delict will turn up on.
You should always have hope.
Turn up today. No. I
No,
want to
no
always
hope.
say it. I always want to say it how it is. This is just the reality of it.
Sheikh, what do you think the score is going to
We're
be?
terrible.
Damn,
What do you
Sheikh.
think the
I'll
score
just
is going
say
to be?
2-0 Liverpool. That's what I would say. Just 2-0 Liverpool.
Liverpool. There you
I
go.
don't want to
That's
say.
nice.
I don't want to say nothing crazy.
Damn,
I
damn,
can't let
damn.
you. I
2-0
would tend to agree with Sheikh though, because like in these big
Bro,
games,
I
I
can
doubt
ask
Man
all
United
you guys.
are going to get
You guys are
snapped
telling
up.
me that I should be positive. I'll ask all you guys what your scoreline predictions are. Everything will be at least a nil for us. None of you have us scoring in this game.
Yeah, I don't think you will score.
All of you
I'll be
will
honest.
have a nil for us. I'm pretty sure
United ain't going to
everyone's
score.
score prediction is going to be at least a 1-0.
United could get a
Oh
score.
shit! Diallo's coming up against Robertson. Okay, you might score still.
Mhm.
It's not gonna
Because
happen.
Robertson
But anyways,
exists.
my point is that I'm overall to
6-1
back to that
maybe.
question. I'm sticking with Emran, but I'm talking to Emran. You have to earn your time here. You have to get results, bro. Honestly, that's what it is. You have to do anything right now at this point to get wins. And there could be a moment later that we go into an easy run. Like we play Southampton in a little bit. So there's a point where we could go into a run of games where, okay, maybe not necessarily the pressure is off like a little bit, but I like going into those games, you can set up a little bit differently as compared to these ones. But regardless of whatever it is, you have to get wins. And
one second. Lewis seen this happen at his club. Lewis, do you think this could be a Graham Potter situation at Man United?
So sorry. Say that again.
I know you.
Are there tractors outside your house? Wake up, Lewis. There's no tractors outside your house.
My head's gone.
I know you lost to Ipswich, bro, but I'm trying to get you involved.
Yeah, we're talking about United.
Oh, I didn't watch the game. I'm too busy.
No. Forget about the game. Forget about the game. You experienced this with Graham Potter. He came in mid-season. You backed him, and then you ended up losing faith in him. What would it take? What mindset? How did you change so quickly? Like, do you see Manchester United doing the same thing?
In terms of what? Like turning on Amorim?
Yeah, that's what we've been talking about.
If the results continue, there'll be sections that turn on them, especially the ones that would have wanted to see Ten Hag stay. It's just natural.
Definitely.
There'll always be a contingent that want that. It's just whether Ineos like keep their heads or not.
You know what?
Just come down to that.
In all fairness, Sheikh needs to be linking up with Do-Rag Diaries, because there's a lot of similarities with regards to a manager and a philosophy and trying to change the culture over there, and a fan base needing to be patient. So these two need to be talking and being like, yo, nah, don't let these rivals tell you get Ange out. No, don't let these rivals tell you to get Emre out.
Me and Saeed linked up earlier, my Mud Brothers. Come on.
Okay. Yeah. So the convo needs to happen in terms of give this manager some time to get to get this working out. And that makes perfect sense in terms of Sheikh being patient. Hey, I'm not hammering out. Let's see how this works out. He obviously needs his players. I mean, we were told this though, Sheikh. We were told that Ineos coming in this summer transfer window were transfers for the club. We were told that they've moved
even under Ten Hag though. I said this was a 5 out of 10 window for us. I still wasn't happy with the window that we had.
No, I get
you. And we replaced him with nobody. We let go of Sancho
that's all fine. So if those who were bringing in the players didn't bring in the right players, but to say that they were brought in players for Ten Hag,
did you get rid of Sancho? Or is he still yours?
It's a loan with obligation to buy for 25 million. Yeah.
Oh, they're taking that. Yeah.
He's pretty much gone.
Yeah, it's as long as we finish 14th or above. So
we replaced him with no one. Replace him with no one.
I mean, as long as you finish above United.
Wow.
It's already sorted.
Wow.
So are we already saying Man United's new owners are shit?
Yeah.
No.
That's been said, Egal. These are old now.
They were doubts the moment they stepped in.
Radcliffe.
Anything that's not 100% ownership will be doubted.
He got rid of 5 charities, bro.
He's a Grinch. He's a Scrooge, of course, and maybe some of that is why things aren't looking so good over at United, because there is this like bean counting, no heart, no love mentality. Like they're treating stewards wrong. They're treating like Christmas holiday bonuses off. Like it's mad. Maybe it's just
the mice.
They got too much to deal with over there. Sheikh, just ride this out, man. Just ride this out. Whether it's 14th or 15th, if that ends up being the season, United are better than this.
I mean, I don't know that right now, but anyway, I hear you. Let me just grab.
All I hope is that I see Ruben Amorim there at the end of the season. That's all I hope. That's all I can say is that I hope he's there at the end of the season. That's all I hope. Yeah.
Okay, let me just do these super chats before we move on to Chelsea. Better subject right now. Big up to Tanya. Tanya, you're a fraud because you've spent the entirety of the beginning of the season saying the complete opposite of this. I get your head is in Mars, but damn, you flip-flop worse than my sandals, bro. Like, it's just your flip-flopping is next level. Maresca out. Biggest fraud. Championship level. Oh, we're gonna get there. Oh, we are so gonna get there because we have some questions to ask me, you know. And by the way, just to tell the guys something, us doing the stream at 11 p.m. was actually Lewis's idea. So big up Lewis for that incredible idea.
The only time I had. Great.
United fans saying Ronaldo was better than Salah. Liverpool was Ronaldo's first choice. We knocked him back for being a mercenary. Wait, what? Ronaldo was better. We knocked. Liverpool was Ronaldo's first choice?
I don't know what he means by that. Yeah.
Do you mean Amorim?
Yeah, and I think so.
I think you mean Amorim on the second one. I think you mean Amorim on the second one. I'm apologies if I'm misquoting you, but I would assume you mean Amorim. And yeah, the reason why we didn't get Amorim, we rejected him obviously because of the whole like he wanted control over the transfer thing. You know, so that was a different situation. But yeah, big up to you anyway. Thank you, Simon. Meerkat's no longer in the bush. Back to the hole you go, is what Gonzo is saying. There you are. There you are. You are a fraud, Gonzo. But big up the leopard and the tree army. Leopard nation. Rise always. Always. Big up to Ikram who says, Habibi, an injured dog is dangerous due to survival mode. I don't take United lightly. I have little faith in Kwanzaa, but 3 or 4 should be enough to win against Shaitan FC. Love your channel, by the way. Ikram, I am with this. Look, obviously right now, we just saw United get slapped again. But in a big game, in a game like this, that's a rivalry. In a game like this, that is the biggest game in English football, you can't just underestimate them. So that's why I'm being very humble. I think we're going to win by 3 or more goals. That's it. I'm not going to overdo it and say 6-0 like last time. So I'm being very humble. But I do agree with you. This will be a test, specifically given the fact that Astrid Wett's boyfriend is starting. Imagine both Manc clubs being relegated this year. Simon, that would be a dream come true. That would be a dream come true.
Imagine Everton also.
Not gonna happen.
No, but Southampton have to go down in it, so we have to be realistic. To be honest, big up to you, Simon. Thank you for the super chat. If we score more than 10 against United, Hussam, I want a 10-hour stream. We're not going to score more than 10, right? In the end, that's just so unrealistic.
If you did, you got to commit.
No, I'm not going to do a 10-hour stream.
Okay,
it's impossible to do a 10 hour. 10 hours.
Yeah. Emergency stream, innit?
A certain somebody does that.
If you score 10 goals, you're doing a 10-hour stream.
Shikh need to do a 10-hour stream explaining what the hell is going on.
Yeah,
I've seen Arsenal 7-8 hours.
If Liverpool scored 10 against us, you won't find me for 10 days. I'm hiding somewhere, man. 10?
Oh, man.
I hear you.
I'm kidding. I'm not. I'll be there the same day.
Big up, Omar. Big up. The Colombians have forgiven me, you guys. Big up to all you guys locked in.
I'm sorry.
What?
Did the guy say I'm sorry, or did you apologize to
No,
Luis
he
Diaz?
apologized.
Which guy?
Did you apologize to Luis Diaz, or did the Colombians apologize?
Hussam apologized.
No, listen, me and the Colombians are good now. They told me, listen, we've adopted you as our son, and they're like being, you know, Omar Caceres in the chat. He's the bald guy that clipped me up. Big up to him. Big up to everyone locked in as well. And yeah, like sub chat. 1,400 people in here. 500 likes is the target. Close your live chat. Hit the like button. You get me, because we are here to talk about Chelsea as well. Hi, Lewis.
Give us a win, you know. Give us a
I
win,
don't think I'm going to play that song again. Ever since I've started doing it, we lose. So
this one.
Give us a win, yo. In blue we stand, united we rise.
That was such a beautiful moment. Go ahead, Lewis. Talk to me. What's at least you don't have to wait till we all speak. You know, like last season, remember? You don't have to wait for us to all speak. You get to speak first.
Yeah. No, don't worry. I know it's a much better position than last season. In terms of the league and in terms of this show as well. So, yeah. What a fucking shit show that was. Like, I was expecting this to be the game where we turn things around, we get ourselves back into form, stop like all the critics that have come out of the last 2 games. But no. This time we wanted to just put the icing on top of the cake that's been the last 3 games. Really, really poor performance from us, like from start to finish. First off, at the very least, we were making some stuff. But if that's the best that I have coming out of that game, fucking terrible. Fucking terrible. I have every single one of those players, bar, like maybe 3 of them can come out of that game with their heads held high. And the rest was a joke. We started the game terribly. We give away a silly penalty, which I do think wasn't a pen. But with the way that it was in the build-up, I don't care, man. Disasi gets done way too easily. And by the way, I need... If I ever see this man play at right back again, this laptop might go out the window. It might just go out the... Because I'm tired of it. We had 3 right backs on the bench, right? And we're playing literally a tractor at right back. Literally a tractor, because he might as well turn like one and move like one. That is top 15 worst individual performances I've seen from a Chelsea player. We go 1-0 down. Dodgy penalty is what it is. We keep it moving from there. We try to make some chances. Palmer's hit the woodwork like twice, given an offside assist because Felix can't track his run. But it's just bozos after bozos after bozos. I was actually interested to see how Nkunku, Felix, and Palmer would look like together. And I'm coming out that game thinking I don't ever want to see Nkunku and Felix play together in the league again. I don't. Because Nkunku is either a ghost or he's either in the right positions and he ain't getting the pass because Felix is more selfish by nature. Felix had some good moments, more shit moments than good moments. Not really anything to praise. Noni had like probably the worst performance I've seen from him in at least a year. If not that. He spent the whole game just chasing his first touch around. Even the midfield, Caicedo and Enzo were looking leggy from 10 minutes in. I'll at least give Enzo that he was one of our better players in the second half. And I think he made about 2 or 3 really good chances for Nicholas Jackson. And he was offside for 1 and he didn't bury the other one. Who else? Caicedo. Not a good game from him at all. I don't know what's happened, if it was a case of him playing too much over the last month or so or not. But that ain't the Caicedo that I've seen. Very, very leggy. Lazy passes, too slow coming back for the second goal. Not good enough. Not good enough at all. Who else? Tosin just ducked the lap all game. Colwell was just getting done by the lap all game. And in general, low-key thinking like we would probably need a little bit more of a leader coming out of that sort of game. Because when it got to 2-0, it seemed like everybody was looking for somebody else to be the guy to try and take them out of jail. And I also think that comes down to like playing so many creatively minded players or 10s on the pitch. Because I see periods in the first and second half where they're all just bunched up together. Somebody step out a little bit. Somebody provide yourself as the outlet. Nobody was doing it. And when they were, like, man, were just offside all the time anyway. It's just annoying. Just passing and hoping that the other guy will take the chance instead. Terrible performance. Maresca also has to hold it as well, by the way. Because how do you come out of that first half with no changes? No changes. I was looking at that game thinking, get Disasi off this damn pitch right now. Right now. Because he's a walking liability. Stays on the pitch. Noni, off. Get me one and Neto. Get me Sancho. I don't care. Off. Get him off the pitch. Stays on. One of Nkunku or Felix has to be off. Because neither of them are doing anything. Stays on. And surprisingly, Felix was the one coming off. And to be fair, I say not doing anything. At least Felix was trying to get some things done. Even if the effectiveness or the decision-making wasn't there, at least there was something. Like, Nkunku was a straight ghost. We didn't see anything until about 60, 65 minutes in when we go 2-0 down and the game's already done. Because Disasi has decided, I'm not even going to look at who's around me. I'm just going to pass it with my weak foot. Because I'm that guy. Yeah, that guy. You're a prick. You're a fucking prick. thrown any hope of us coming back into that game away off that stupidness. Absolutely stupid. And again, subs late. You bring 3 right backs and you don't bring one on until what? 70, 80 minutes? I know it's even Gusto as well. Like, fucking hell, what does Achimpong have to do to get some damn minutes? I had this argument on my stream after the last game about whether Achimpong's ready. Look, if the options are an out-of-form Gusto or Disassi, run me Achimpong. Run me Achimpong. It can't be worse. I've seen this man come on against Spurs when we beat them 2-0 last season. He made more chances than anybody on the pitch that day. He can turn up in a league game. At least for Ipswich. At least for that game. Overall, this game was managed terribly. A lot of the individuals didn't turn up. And yeah, that's it. What a disgusting performance.
So on that Lewis, I want to ask you, because what do you, because obviously you said that the game management was bad, and I've looked at the previous 2 games, and I think Chelsea
Palmer wasn't bad. Miss me with that crap.
Yeah, the Palmer stuff is
Palmer wasn't bad.
Palmer wasn't bad. Miss me with that crap.
Wow.
So
You're
miss
just
me with
going
that
to
crap.
defend Palmer every game.
Twice. João Felix's offside goal was assisted by him, and he had a pass to Nkunku blocked all within the first half. Miss me with this crap. He didn't play bad.
What do you think the turn in form comes down to then? Are you looking at the manager as the main issue? Because obviously I know the prior 2 games his subs were questioned and his in-game management was questioned as well. Are you looking at him, Lewis, as being the sole problem for the turn in form at the moment?
Him and like this everyone as a whole, because like I'm saying with the players, like their game management ain't necessarily looking too good either. Because when the chips are down at 2-0, they're all just trying to lay the pass off to somebody else to try and take the game. No one's really like trying to take the game by the scruff of the neck. Like I use the Spurs game, for example, 2-0 down. I see Jadon Sancho wheel through 2 or 3 players, bangs one into the bottom corner. That's why I call taking the game and bringing it back for us. Didn't see anybody doing that in this game. I just saw players losing their heads. Decision making is starting to get worse and worse. Chance creation's getting worse and worse. It's like everybody just wants the game over and done with at that point. And that's what I'm saying. Like, we kind of need like a bit more of a leader in that regard. Or maybe just an ideal replacement for Fofana too. Because like, I'm looking at the defense as well. Like probably more than anything else. I was still getting run through in transition. Still getting run through. Colwill struggled. Tosin struggled. I really think we've been missing Wesley Fofana. Really think because like he's got the recovery pace. He's actually a bit quicker in decision making. I said we were going to miss him when he came off with the injury. I didn't think it was going to be that bad. Shout out to Tosin. He's had 2 good games against Brentford and against Everton. I don't know if I can trust this guy's consistency. Just can't. And if he's the leader on the pitch and fucking Disassi, well, we're fucked. We're fucked in that regard. So,
wait, sorry, hold on.
1 second. Why does it matter? You're not in a title race. You are where you're supposed to be.
You went there.
You think this jeopardizes winning the UCL?
Stop.
I mean, I was going to say they're right.
Wait. No. Wait. Why does losing a game matter?
No, because
so it's okay to lose games now.
No. You're not going to win every single game.
Right. So why are you asking me why does it matter?
No, because you clearly are upset.
It's okay to lose games.
No. You said you were screwed. Like you're
You're saying you're screwed.
For
like
this game. For this game.
Okay. You made it seem like it was much bigger for the whole season.
No. Just on the aspect of this game, we needed a leader around, and there wasn't one. In terms of the long term, like we still got a good run of games coming up. We should still be capitalized on it. Thank the Lord Caicedo isn't suspended for that yellow.
Do you think your top 4 is in jeopardy?
Turn things around.
You think your top 4 is in jeopardy?
I still think we can get top 4. But now we can at least, everyone can shut up about the title race. Been saying like consolidate top 4 and then talk to me about the league. Then
you guys know where you are. You know your level. Fair.
Yeah. Top 4. Go get me top 4. Like, God forbid we lose to Palace. Because then Newcastle might be catching up to us. That is a sensational picture. Send me that. I need that. I need that. That is
I need that picture too.
Lewis.
Yeah, let me before Egal, I know you like to ask hella questions, but I don't want to ask questions. 1 second, Egal, 1 second. I want to talk about Chelsea for a second. Look, Today is not about title race, Chelsea or not. Today, it's about the fact that it was fucking Ipswich. That's the thing that makes this result probably the worst thing, because they're in fucking 17th. That's 18th, actually.
Do you know what
Sorry,
else hasn't been mentioned, you Sam? that boy
Yes.
they sold, Amari Hutchinson, doing the Obafemi Martin's backflip on them, dunking. He didn't hold back, no holds barred.
Yes.
They didn't
I'm
mention
fine
that
with
one.
that. He played like
Yeah.
what 1 or 2 games for us. I'm fine with that. He ain't got any affinity with the fans like that. Go celebrate. Go celebrate.
I hear it.
And look, the thing is with this game is they lost the team in 18th place. And when it comes to Cole Palmer, this is not us like focusing on one guy, but we're just holding him to a standard of world-class standards. We're holding him to the standard of best player in the league. We're holding him to the standard of you're amazing. You must be a difference maker. And to be honest with you, I think today Chelsea had 2 good players, because this isn't about Palmer. Actually, I'll say 3. I have to be fair and objective. 3 good players, and the rest were all crap, in my opinion. So it's not a one-person thing. This isn't a let's focus on Cole Palmer. I think Jorgensen was good, despite the fact he caused the penalty, because he saved Delap like shots. By the way, Delap, I don't know, he has cannon in his foot. He shot like 300 kilometers per hour, and Jorgensen saved it twice from very close range. The second one,
I hear that.
I think Enzo had a good game. I don't think Enzo was bad, personally. I think this second, again, another good game for Enzo. And surprisingly enough, a player I do not rate at all, had a good game, in my opinion, in Joao Felix. Those are the 3.
You think
I
Felix had a good game?
Yeah, I think because I really think he did have a good game, because he was aggressive. Every time he got the ball, he was aggressive. He was trying to shoot, because it's not like he was not doing the whole pass first thing. He was attempting shots and stuff like this, which I rate about a winger. So that might be just me, but fair enough. So I think those 3 were good. The rest of them were all, whether it's a standard or not, I don't think had a good game. And with Cole Palmer, he lost the ball way too many times in that second half. Caicedo, you've already mentioned, you think he had a bad game. Jackson probably should have scored. And maybe if he did score that chance, then you have some hope. You're building momentum. You never know what happens. Nkunku, I'm a big fan of Nkunku, but
Same.
bloody hell. Like that performance right there. Listen, now any Chelsea fan in Lewis's comment section starting Nkunku, I think that's like, you have to think before you say that at this moment in time.
It's got to be 10 or bust. He ain't a 9. Stop playing
Yeah.
as a 9. You even said that he's not a 9, yet he's starting again in the 9. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah, Disasi, I agree with you. He was horrible. The centre backs, in my opinion, got bullied by Delap way too easily. Like, he was just bodying them. I don't know. Like, I watched the game. Delap was just out here shoulder barging them to the shits. Like, literally every time, like, just shoulder bar. He was moving like an absolute unit. But as a centre back, you're supposed to be tough, strong, come at me. But every time, like, Delap just pushing them out the way.
Bro,
Delap literally just pushing
striker.
them out the way. Like, it's just this performance right here. This isn't about title race. This isn't
Big
about
club's gonna go for him.
scapegoating Palmer. This is just about like the fact that whether Chelsea are in a title race or a top 4 race or a top 6 race or a top 8 race or a top 10 race, you should beat Ipswich. This is the thing. Like, you're expected to beat Ipswich under all circumstances. And today's game shocked us all, because I did do a watch along, yes, maybe in the hope that something happened. I didn't expect that something will happen. So, we here we are, to be honest with you. This is just mad. Like, the result is just absolutely mad, to be honest with you.
By the way, Delap is not like, let's not make fun of him. The guy's a top striker in this league right now. There's not too many good strikers, and Delap, Ipswich actually have one of the better strikers in the league. I'm not saying he's top 5, but he's definitely top 10. I don't think I can name 10 better strikers than Delap right now.
I don't think we need to sit here and rank him in any order like that. He's a top prospect. He's having a good season.
He's been playing well right now.
Yeah, but he can't be bodying your centre backs, just shoulder barging them.
I feel like he's been doing this all season, though. I feel like a lot of centre backs have been getting bullied by Liam Delap.
Not everyone is Saliba, Gabriel, Konate, and Van Dijk.
He reminds me. I don't know if people are old school like this.
Not Van Dijk and Konate.
He reminds me of old school Craig Benamy, just small, fast, strong. And he's a problem for centre backs. I like the Delap man, and I fancy him going to a bigger club next year, 100%.
Yeah. He's been linked to many big clubs.
Also, I was told Chelsea have the best attack in the league. You couldn't break down Ipswich. Walk on with that.
Or Fulham.
Yeah, terrible.
You couldn't break down Fulham. You also
Felix,
Everton.
Felix, Noni, sorry, I don't think Felix had a good game. Noni and who else? And Nkunku, they all got a hold that. They were all terrible. Even Jackson, when he came on, wasteful and offside.
What about Maresca?
What
What about Maresca? Because
Yeah, I already said the substitutions are way too late, and the game management today was non-existent. Not good enough.
yeah, definitely, I agree.
What do you
'Cause
mean with
that-
game management?
'cause-
Like, what specifically you wanted them to change?
Because if you look at the
I
Fulham
wanted
game,
the
for
Sassy
example,
off. I wanted Noni off. I wanted one of Felix or Nkunku off immediately. Half time, you could have made 3 subs. But instead, we
Right.
don't get subs on until the game's dead. Like,
he comes
the
from the school
point?
of Pep. He comes from the school of Pep. They trust their players late in the game. If they need to make changes, they make changes. But one thing, this game, he made substitutions in the early, like 50-something minute, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
this game.
Yeah, did he not make a mistake? Did he not bring on Jackson like
Yeah,
what
it was
was
around the
just
50,
like 10 minutes after half?
Shikh, I know,
It
Shikh.
was after we went 2-0 down. Yeah, it was
Yeah,
straight.
fair enough.
After we went 2-0 down, Felix comes on for Jackson, Sancho on for Nkunku. That was it. Game's done by then. Should have been on at half time. And by the way, Disassi as well should have been off before any of the forwards. Because even in spite of us not breaking them down, we were getting done in transition. They were creating chances. They were easily looking like they were going to score a second goal. We don't do anything about it. Game is dead. Game's dead. You make the sub straight after 2-0. Great.
You do realize Fulham and what do you call it, Ipswich and Everton are known for defending, counter-attacking, and setting up low blocks. The next team you're facing is a similar situation with Crystal Palace away. I could easily,
Oh my days! You play Palace away next.
so I could
Palace
easily
away
see
the
you
next
guys drop.
Oh,
points
that's
again.
gonna be the most horrendous game of
Yeah.
football. Oh my days!
I think they can win. I think
he's
they can win.
And Lewis,
I think they can beat Palace. They can beat Palace.
Lewis, you said it
It's not
yourself.
about
Football's a
can,
humbler.
mate. It's
Football's
about
a
the
humbler.
low block. Egal is right.
Football's a humbler. You were making fun of us for having a 1-0 win at Ipswich and trying to see out the win, and you couldn't even get a win versus them. So in the future, when you got a team you're coming up against, just relax. You don't need to. You don't need to.
I'll
shoot
be
your
real.
shot.
I was so assured we would be in Ipswich. I thought, fuck it.
That's why he
And
suggested we do this at 11 today.
You
You know what's crazy as well?
Sure.
I'm pretty
No,
sure.
dead ass, this is the
Lead
only
up to
free
the
slot I
Ipswich
had.
game, I said the same
You know
thing. I
how
was like, yeah,
confident
man,
he was, guys?
I'm
You know how confident he was. Man
Pull
said,
the tweet up. Pull the tweet up. I
man
know
went
you've got it.
in. Okay, let me show you.
Just pull the
Oh,
tweet
this
up.
is
Fuck
hilarious.
it.
probably
Totally.
said the
Football's
same
the
thing I
humbler,
did.
the
I
great
was like, yeah,
time.
man, the 3 points
Football is
deposited in the
humbler.
bank. Don't worry
Yes.
about it.
Look at this. So man tweeted, Arsenal
yeah.
running to a corner to protect a 1-0 win versus Ipswich. Then this guy says, and you know what he says? He goes and says, funny, it's 5 years and they're resorting to that against promotion teams.
That still stands though.
Right? But what does he
Okay,
say? It's
fine.
game management. Let's see what happens on Monday. We'll win. Disgrace if we do anything but win.
102 retweets. Fuck.
And then what did
Oh,
you say?
brother.
And then what did you say after that?
As long as one is
long-
dropped, I have no.
as long-
Wait. Did Jorgensen have a bad game?
No,
Right.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Sanchez
Right.
didn't have a bad game against Fulham. He made one mistake.
Which
Led to the winning
loss.
goal.
Yeah, which
So-
led to the loss.
Look at this. I
Let's
can't
go
lie.
there.
Lewis.
I mean, how many
Lewis is
mistakes
getting
has he
cooked
made?
on Twitter right now, bro. That is
Bro,
bad.
his reply,
yeah, bro.
his
It's been
reply had
insane
more
today.
likes than the actual. He ratioed himself.
Swear.
He rated himself.
You know what?
I
needed that.
promise you the quote tweets are all Arsenal fans, 100 million%.
Yo, all I gotta
Oh,
say
I'm
is,
not even
Lewis,
opening that mess tonight. I can't be bothered.
Lewis, it would have been nice if you could have gone to the corner flag and seen out the win, right?
That is true, but
It
they
would
have
have
to
been
score
nice if
first
we were in
to
a
do
winning
that.
position, innit? We were down
They
for
have
like
to score
15 minutes.
first to do that, mate. They have to
Also-
score first.
Also, I like the fact that you criticize your players when they deserve it. But one thing you haven't really done is Enzo Maresca, the game against Fulham, he lost you guys that game. Enzo Maresca, you even agree his substitutions in this game and the last 2 games have been questionable. It's only been 3 games, but if we see it continue, he could actually be from the school of Pep and be overthinking things sometimes.
Maybe. This is why I said when Maresca first signed, like, I'm going to give him the leeway to make mistakes because he's inexperienced. I said I already know, like, there's going to be ups and downs, which is why I also said title race talk can get in the bin. Miss me with all of that. We have too many
You know your
question marks
levels.
to be talking
Wait
about. winning
until
the-
March. Wait until March to talk about.
Wait
the
until
title.
they spend another £1 billion.
Vator, sorry, my it's done. It's done.
No, I'm just saying you don't have to
It's a
entertain anyone
one-horse
talking
race.
about
Like
it.
Sam's lapping everybody at this point.
Stop it.
Yeah,
It's not a
it's
one
fine.
horse race.
Yeah,
Bro, the
That's
leopard
the only
is out
titles
of
they
the
win.
tree.
Guys,
anymore.
everyone
It's
take
fine,
a
it's
second.
fine.
Congratulations,
It's over.
Liverpool. Congratulations.
Yeah.
No,
Come on.
here we come with the
Congratulations.
bullshit gaslighting.
Wow.
Guys,
Wow.
this is the
You guys
Chelsea
can do that. I
section.
No
know.
more.
This is the
Hussein can't do
Chelsea
this underdog
section.
stuff.
Thank you very
You
much.
can't do
We're
the
here to talk
underdog
about
stuff no more.
Chelsea
You can't do
losing
the
to
underdog stuff
Ipswich.
no more.
We are here to
Stop
talk
this
about
underdog
Chelsea
No,
losing
I
to
hear
Leopard
that,
in
but
the-
like
in the
you're
tree,
out of the
yes.
tree. You're out.
No,
of
we're
the
in the tree.
Oh my
If
If
goodness.
if I say I'm out of the tree, it means I'm losing the league. You fraud.
Leopard
What
in
do
the
you
tree,
mean?
yes.
No, it's more
Yeah,
like there's
this
nobody
is-
else
this
by
is-
the
this
tree.
is-
There's nobody else by
I
the
thought
tree.
you
Okay,
meant
so
you
if
just
I come
jump
out the
down and
tree-
just hunt
Yeah,
someone
but
and
there's
come
nobody
back
else
up.
by the tree. That's what.
No,
it is.
because if I come out
Oh.
the tree, it means the hyenas have killed me or the lion killed me.
Yeah, but
I
there's
was
nobody
like, I
else by the
understand
tree.
you
That's
now.
what we're
Okay,
saying.
you
There's
climbed
nobody else
up the
by the tree.
I need to
branches. Fair
stay
enough.
on the tree, mate. That's the whole
Yeah,
point.
you ain't leaving the tree. You've built a
You
you
want to
built a
sneak
tree
stay on
house
around
and
there.
everything.
comfy, bro. Feet is up and everything.
Guys, we cannot disrespect Arsenal. They're still in this. But besides Arsenal, and Cheek, you haven't said anything about Chelsea. You have to twerk only. You cannot say anything
Well,
negative.
I mean, I just
ahead.
said I didn't watch the game because it was at the same time as the United game. But all I would say is like it's cool. Like this is more just Maresca finding more about the squad. And it's only been like 6 months.
He
Let
don't
him-
want to say too much because he knows how it feels. It was only a few weeks ago. He was in his position, so he's just like,
No. It's not that. It's just more so that I understand where Chelsea are.
Jordz is such an asshole with the one-liners.
I understand where Chelsea are. I
I
understand
know where
Chelsea
you
are
man
coming
were.
from,
So I'm not gonna lie. I know how it feels. Losing to Ipswich is not a good one, bro. It's a hard feeling. It's a reality check that you don't need.
Try giving them their
100%.
first home win of the season.
They
Are we
haven't
getting
even
that
been
first
in
win
good
in
form.
total?
They haven't
Lewis,
been in good form like that either.
They had 0
Bar
wins
these two
before they
games.
played us.
Yeah, bar these two
Oh,
games
fuck.
before Arsenal, they were on like a losing streak. So I get it. I understand Lewis's frustrations, but more so, it's like he said earlier too. It's not everything's not lost for Chelsea, and they've been right. They're not in the title race, and you can clearly tell that with performances like this. But top four still on for them, and it's just more like I said, just Maresca finding out about the squad. So we'll see. I think they still have an easy run coming up ahead. So
Make the most of it because no more room to drop points. We could
Yeah.
kind of get away with the last two. Now, no, start fucking winning again. Get back.
I
to
wish
what
they
we're
were
doing
still in the
before.
title race, but it is what it is, man.
I watched Lewis's at the end of his stream. He said something. He's like, Newcastle are only 3 points behind us. He's looking behind now instead of looking upstairs. He's looking downstairs. Like shit.
That's the way I've
Newcastle are.
always been. I have never
Newcastle
looked
are
at
losing.
Liverpool in the table and thought, "Oh, we could catch them." I've never.
I'm not talking
watched-
about title race. I'm saying now you're looking at Newcastle. You weren't like 3-4 games ago.
Yeah, to be fair, they've also pulled.
I
up
thought
performance.
Lewis
It
was
was
still
more like
just
I'm
on the
looking how
road
far
to
we are
get
from
4 more points. I thought it was still like road to 40, man. Like I didn't know.
I
they
might
were
have to
points.
start saying that. I might have to.
Today was meant to be 40-point day.
I know.
Like- Now I gotta wait
Actually-
till what? Wolves or Bournemouth? Fuck. Anymore, it'll be City away, and like, I ain't confident about that one in general. They could have sorted
City
their
away.
midfield
You're not
problem by then.
confident. Have some shame. Have some shame.
Bro.
Yeah.
Like that's another ground that we struggle at,
It's kind of true.
and they might have brought in players by then. The window would
Yeah.
have been open for 20 days by then.
You know what I seen
Oh,
last year in the Premier League? Liverpool, Chelsea only lost to Liverpool and Arsenal away from home.
Yep,
That's
our away
crazy.
record's been better than the home one.
Wait, Poch did that?
Yeah,
Damn.
No, the squad did.
they only lost two away to two teams away from home last year.
Lewis
That's
said the
mental.
squad
How
did.
many games did they draw? They probably drew.
They lost to us
They
too. but I
drew
mean, it's not
probably
that
a
big
bunch
league.
of them, but
They lost.
to
to
Yeah,
us
I
all the
remember
time.
we
Not
drew to
lose
Sheffield
more
United
than-
away. That was
they've
Poch.
only lost 3 away games,
Early
and it was
birthday
2
present.
at Anfield, 1 at the Emirates.
That's impressive.
Yeah, well,
That's
now it's
impressive.
free. Now it's free.
Oh yeah,
Thank
of
you,
course.
Ipswich. Thank you,
Third
Ipswich.
So that's your
Lewis,
fourth
one
away
word
loss.
for the thing that is happening, which we cannot deny. But that's why I asked. I've never mentioned him even in my cooking monologue. What you have any word for the Maresca outers, mate?
Already.
Any words for the Maresca outers? Shit, well, enjoy the engagement you're going to get for the next week or so. And then hopefully normality resumes and they fuck off back to their shells. I think that's the best way to describe it.
Big up to Jordz and Vator who have to leave us now in a second. Big up to
Big
you.
up, my guy.
Wait, we're not gonna get to speak about Spurs.
Jordz is like, I'm tired, I'm knackered. Vator has a stream at least. Jordz is always known.
I have work at 5 a.m.
Let me say this real quick. City win, not much to talk about. There's no reason. Like, I appreciate being here and talking.
I hear you.
You guys enjoy me here more after losses. So I'll catch you guys.
Jordz, are you actually gonna run?
If Egal's got a question, you can ask me a question. But I've generally been on stream since 11 a.m. this morning. Like I'm so tired, bro.
You seem to be wholeheartedly
as well as working.
And Postecoglou.
Okay, give us 10 minutes since the guy is so insistent. Let's see what he wants to say about you.
You are wholeheartedly behind Ange Postecoglou. You're telling me you don't see him potentially getting sacked with the situation you're currently in.
Well, I'm wholeheartedly behind him. Obviously, I still accept that he might get sacked. Our board has showed incompetence over the past 20 years of managing Spurs, so I wouldn't be surprised if Ange did get sacked. But my whole point of being very behind him is because, let's be honest, the options available to replace him aren't very realistic with what people are putting out there. Edin Terzic, the former Dortmund manager, he wasn't a good manager. If you actually look at the underlying numbers, he was horrible in the league. Took them to a Champions League final, and they played extremely boring football. Spurs fans that are going out there saying they want him have definitely not done their research or actually watched him. He's just a new fancy name, as typical Spurs fans do. Don't do any research. They just like the fancy name. Xavi's not a realistic option. And then I look at the other managers that we could potentially bring in Iraola or Garcia, who both are well into their projects at Fulham and Bournemouth, respectively. And I don't think they're going to leave at this point in the season at January. Maybe if we were looking at them at the end of the season, probably could pull them out of their positions. But with Spurs where we are right now, and with the position of where our board is, and our board have shown that they don't back managers that heavily, I don't think we're in the position to take Garcia or Iraola in January right now. So I don't think that there's any other managers out there that would give us a better performance from the squad that we currently have. And I'm really not down to start a new, restart the project. Or some people say you don't need to restart the project if you bring a proven manager in. I don't think there's much managers out there that are going to come here and get the best out of this squad, as well as, take us further on. I think we'll be starting the process again. So I'm fully behind this manager and think we need to go through the process with this manager to get us to where we need to be.
So you asked me earlier about this is not like a shot or anything. I just want to know what you think. You asked me earlier about whether I think Ruben Amorim should change something in terms of tactics and stuff. Same question to you about Ange. I feel like it's the same situation, but it's not in terms of not a shot. I understand if you say like, yeah, I want to keep this, like I want him to keep the same. I understand it because that's where I stand too. So it's like,
look, see, when I'm talking about Amorim, I think the biggest difference between him and Amorim is obviously he's had the 18 months to really drill down and get his players to play the way that he wants. But he needs to make the tactical adjustments to get the best out of this group of players. Whereas Amorim he hasn't really had the chance to even get the players to play the way he wants. They're still learning to play that style, rather than him learn the style and then get the best out of the players playing that style. They're still adjusting. So obviously I think it's an unfair comparison just on them two due to time frame. But I think Ange definitely needs to make those tactical tweaks. We've seen that in the Wolverhampton game, that we went a lot more defensive. People say, oh, it's who we are, mate. We just play the high line, mate. But we didn't. We dropped in deeper. We played on the counter. We gave up possession to let Wolves take more control of the ball. And ultimately, it didn't work.
So when are you going to turn then? What's your breaking point?
I think I would have to see how this month plays out. I think ultimately my breaking point would be is if we, obviously, Carabao Cup, if we get knocked out of that and then we're knocked out of, I would say Europa League, not knocked out of, but if we don't finish...
Jokes aside, I know you back your club, but Carabao Cup, more likely than not, you're going to get knocked out. Carabao Cup specifically.
Again, I accept it's going to be a tough game. That's why I say that wouldn't be my breaking point. If we lose to Liverpool and get knocked out, I'd be like, yeah, fair. Like, Liverpool are a better team than us. They're expected to beat us. But my breaking point, absolute breaking point, would be us finishing below the top 8 in the Europa League, and you're not being in those playoff rounds and all that. That's all a bit too much. That just shows that if we can't finish in that top 8 and perform in the Europa League and do something over there, then our season's pretty much done. And if our season's done now before we even hit into February, March times, then we're obviously going to have to start looking at other options and trying to bring someone else in and not really save the season, but start the process again with a manager that actually can get something out of this team. Because, yeah, man, at the moment, it's tough. It's a hard
Do you
watch.
expect
people
signings
said-
in January, or are you just like, nah, we're just not going to get anyone?
No. I think Spurs are going to go out there and sign players. I don't think we're going to get the 4 players that apparently Paulo O'Keefe, one of the Tottenham aggregators that are very close to our club, has said that we want 4 players, and that's a goalkeeper, a central midfielder, a winger, and a striker. I don't think we're going to sign all 4 of those. It's typical Spurs to say that they want 4 or 5 players, but go and get 2 or 3. So I wouldn't be surprised to see us get 3 players. But if those 3 players are first team players, as in not youngsters to come off the bench, I mean first squad to come in to improve that 11, then I think this team drastically improves. Just similar to what I said about Amrim. Like, I think 3 players to any first 11 can change your whole team and change the setup in the way that you play. It just needs to, it depends on the quality of those players. So do I trust that we're going to go out there and spend 150 million in January? Probably not. But if we can spend 80, 90 mil and make some smart acquirements and, get a few players on a cheap, maybe 1 player on a cheap and 1 player on a 50, maybe a loan. I don't really know, but figure something out of a few good players, then it'll be all right. But yeah, no, we definitely need to make movements in January. And for people to sit there and say that Tottenham don't move in January, Tottenham don't make moves, we do. I look at 2 seasons ago under Conte when we wanted to push on for top 4 in that season where Arsenal and Tottenham were pushing on. We signed Kulusevski, we signed Pedro Porro, not Pedro Porro. Bentancur, yeah, and they were ultimately the catalyst for the turnaround in our season. So Tottenham have done it before. Obviously, those deals were smart deals done by Paratici. So whether Levy's actually going to go out there and spend money, that remains to be seen. But
do you think Solanke's good enough? Because I see people questioning if Solanke's good enough to be leading your line.
I think we need another striker option. The biggest problem for us right now is that Richarlison's not a reliable option off the bench. He's been around for about, I think, 1 or 2 weeks this season, and he's been injured the whole time. So we need another striker that can come off the bench and provide some competition for Solanke, because although he's not been amazing, I think he's been good for us. Knowing that you're going to play every game, you're never going to be able to succeed, man. I just feel like there's no pressure on him to perform. And so when he's not scoring goals, he knows I'm starting next week anyway. I don't need to score goals. Let me just keep running. Let me keep running. And it looks good on the eye. I need a player that's going to score goals and it's going to make him wake up, like what Aston Villa have over there with John Duran and Ollie Watkins. We need that type of competition. 2 players hungry and just consistently scoring goals and trying to push each other out the team.
Any more questions, Egal, before you? Because we're holding the...
No, I don't got enough, man. You're exempt. You can go to sleep, bro. Don't worry.
You're exempt. Wow. Egal is taking over like the court orders and shit. Man said you're exempt. Bloody hell.
No, because they lost. They lost. So they get usually...
I didn't lose. I drew. Okay, Gal. I got a point. Yeah, let's have it right.
That's as good as a loss. You were in winning position. You threw it away once again. Very Spursy.
Well, do you know what? As Man United
and Son missed the penalty.
Son is finished.
Hey, don't talk about us. We lose to everyone, man.
No, your club makes me feel good about my club. Let me just say that, yeah, because although we're down bad and we're out, like we're 11th, you man continuously lose to make us look like we're doing okay. So, yeah, man.
Jordz,
thank you to Man United. And
is Son finished?
Come on, you Spurs. I wouldn't say finished. I think he's regressing. I think I call him finished at times, and sometimes it's tongue in cheek. But I obviously do rate him.
Do you give him a new contract, or does he leave on a free?
No. He's got I think he's got a +1 at the end of this year. So 2026, next season should be his last season, and even next season he should be on the bench. He should be doing up like second coach role, like captain off the bench. Just Henderson, give man them the claps and that. Just shouting in the dressing room, yeah, come on, lads. Even though I don't think he's that type of player, but you know what I mean.
Where do you I'll end on a very simple question. Where do you finish this season then? Tell me.
That's a tough question, man. Let's see how January pans out, innit? I'll be honest. We won't get top 4. I'll say that. I'll say that very bluntly. We won't get top 4.
Wow. That's a crazy opinion to have. You're only in 10th. That's like 7 spots away. Wow. You really shocked me with that opinion right there,
Would you even get European football?
Man said we're not going to get top 4. No shit, Sherlock. We all know that.
You know what the best thing for Tottenham would be? Go to the Conference League, do what Chelsea's doing and beat them.
This is my thing. See, look, man said
Conference League. We're already in the Conference League. In the description, you guys. Love, Jordz. Thank you.
No, Jordz.
Appreciate you.
Big up.
Appreciate you.
Big up, big up.
Anyway,
So
let me
already
just
been
do
in the
super chat
conference
to
league.
move
They
on to
forfeited
Liverpool. And...
that.
So, go ahead, Lewis.
They did.
I was saying they've already been in the conference league. They forfeited it in the group stage.
Yeah,
I know.
this is
Antonio
true.
Conte didn't give a shit.
This
No,
is
that
true.
and they were getting knocked out anyway. It was like save them the embarrassment.
Wasn't it lockdown?
I'll be honest with you. Can I
No,
just say one
21,
thing?
22, like first season out.
I want to say one thing. I really don't think any English club win the Europa League. I think sometimes we hype up our clubs too much. All it takes is like one Bilbao game or one Sociedad game or like one game against Lazio or Roma or some shit, and then they end up losing.
Let's be honest though.
Yeah, I
Chelsea's
think people
Chelsea's
underestimate
gonna
the rest of the teams in the Europa.
I'm not
Chelsea's
talking
gonna
about
walk-
conference. I'm not talking about
Oh, yeah.
conference. I'm not. I'm talking about Europa.
You're
Yeah,
only
yeah,
saying
like
that because
you
you
just-
lost last time, and Arsenal never won it. But fair enough.
You have to be heritage to win that, mate. Big up to the Kai who says,
Europa League's not easy.
Definitely.
yeah, I know. That's why I said you have to be heritage to win that. If you watch Chelsea's midfield, they get bullied besides Caicedo. We're like soft and flimsy. We got technical players, but we need grit. Just soft. Lewis, I've seen Chelsea fans say that it's really like Caicedo, the only one that's tackling in that midfield. Do you agree with that concept as well, what the Kai is saying?
Well, even in this game, like Enzo was good, but more progressively good. Defensively, I still think he was getting done out a few times. This would just be solved with a fit Lavia, but like one day in it. So
But
until
how's it
that,
solved? Like, what happens?
no, like, because like we need a bit more physicality in that midfield. So ideally, like Lavia comes back and stays fit, or you know what, wheel Andre Santos back from Strasbourg because he's
From
one
where?
of the best midfielders in Ligue 1. Strasbourg, Ligue 1. He's been bossing it over there.
Oh,
Bring
that's your
him back
other
as
club,
depth.
right?
Yeah. I know it will kill off relations with them, but you know what? After this game, I've realized I don't give a shit. So bring them back. Don't care. Send them
Bring
some
him back,
Brazilian
bring
or
him back.
something or someone else. They'll be okay.
No, but if Lavia comes back, so who goes bench then?
Which, no, Santos could be our depth. Oh, I need him as
No,
depth.
forget Santos. I'm saying when Lavia's back, who goes bench?
Gusto. Caicedo can invert from the right back.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Okay, I get what you're saying now. Fair
Yeah,
enough.
because like Gusto ain't really a good option for us either. It's just if you're telling me Gusto or Disassi, I'll deal with Gusto for 90 minutes. At least he's mobile.
Do you have hopes Reece James ever gets back to the levels that he was at?
Yes. I always maintain that.
Look at this fraud. Look how hopeful Mr. Hopium over here.
Yeah, no, it is pure hopium.
Fair
Don't get it twisted. I can hold my hands up and admit that. But my thing, I've said it on my stream earlier. If a player can come back, if a player's injury prone, but can come back and instantly play at the same level that he's been at before, I'll give you time. When it's a Chilwell or a Kovacic and you need a month or two, even an N'Golo at times, and you need a month or two to get up to full speed, I can't be asked because you'll be injured by the time. Yeah, so Reece James, say less. You're back now. Let's hope this is the moment you overcome it.
I hear his logic, to be fair, because he's saying, yeah, I'm going to give you the time and then you're going to get injured anyway, like 3 games later.
It's like we threw Reece James into Anfield. I didn't even expect him to start, and he played well. Played pretty well for his first game back. Then Newcastle, man of the match performance from left back. Yeah, cool.
Wasn't there a game where he came on and you guys scored right away? Back end of last year.
Nottingham Forest. He got the assist for Jackson at the end. That was it.
Hey. You know, with Bukayo Saka getting a hamstring injury, people are telling me he's the next Reece James, wishing ill on him. So I hope.
No, it's not even a wishing ill. I say that from a point of genuine concern because it's similar to what Reece James had.
No, but the thing is, Reece James didn't have surgery right away, if I'm not mistaken, right?
I don't think he did. I don't think
he didn't have surgery until like the second or third.
Yeah, I think he tried to like not play his way through it, but just like try and recover.
Natural, like healing.
Yeah, I think that was it.
Big up to Simon who says, don't know why his palms are cold.
Oh, brother.
Ice cold. You're so shameless for that take, but I don't want to fight you because your head's hot.
He didn't play badly. Second half, I agree. Like when we went 2-0 down, he faded like everybody else. Didn't do.
But when you say he didn't play badly, compared to who? To like Nkunku?
Everybody else
his
on the
teammates.
But that's what I'm saying.
Creating chances. He creates a chance.
You're not comparing him to the best of the best.
For Felix that got ruled out offside. He hit the post once. Well, one that he set up as well for the interplay.
You're not judging him the same way you would judge Saka or Salah or anybody.
Yeah, that's my point, Lewis. I'm not comparing him to Nkunku.
You're comparing him to
what are we talking about? How
We're
many
comparing
times
him-
did you say a
Palmer
fucking
level.
Salah scored again?
We're
man?
comparing him to
Typical.
the level that he's been raised to, which is one of the best in the league. So he needs to perform, and when his team needs a goal, he needs to be the guy who steps up.
But he didn't play badly. So I don't get it. Like when it's Everton, I called him out for playing poorly. When it's Liverpool, I
Lost
called him out
2-0
for playing
against
poorly.
Ipswich, and your chief creator didn't help you generate a
He
single
was
goal.
creating those. So this is my point. It's not my fault if the others are offside half the time or they're not taking their
Okay,
chances.
so then let's not criticize Phil Foden because Erling Haaland and the rest of the guys are not scoring.
Do your thing. I've watched like 4 City games this season. I ain't got a judgment to make on Foden.
You're
Foden
basically
is
telling me
my player.
because he made a pass that could have led to a shot, he shouldn't be judged on the same level as these other
No,
guys.
No,
because
no,
he made passes
Palmer,
that
listen,
did
me and
lead
you
to
agree,
shots.
Egal.
What?
We agree, Egal.
He
But
made
he's saying
passes that
competitive
did lead
player.
to shots. Like he's the one that made the assist for João Felix, but he couldn't track his run. The 1-2 that led to Palmer hitting the bar, that was from Cole Palmer laying it off to Felix and setting up the play by himself.
So
Another one, he laid a pass to Nkunku. He weren't in the right position for it. He was creating. When he's bad, I will tell you he played badly, but he didn't play badly.
Fair enough.
Okay, fair enough. True or false? Chelsea win trophy before Arsenal.
They're gonna win the Conference League, so possibly.
Yeah, true.
This
That's
goes
what
down to one thing and one thing only. This is essentially one thing right here. Carabao Cup versus Conference League. That's what this goes down to at this moment in time. Because
Oh, yeah, I
Arsenal,
forgot about that.
Arsenal are in the semis against Newcastle. So that's the thing we have to keep in mind. And they do really well at Wembley. And you're obviously in the Conference League, which even if you're the biggest Chelsea hater in the universe, you are you're expected to win that. Chelsea are not expected to win the FA Cup, in my opinion, depending on draws and stuff. But I wouldn't say that now in round 3 because that's shameless. So the closest time wise, because he's asking just time wise his question before he's saying it depends what Arsenal do in the Carabao Cup time wise, because the Conference League final is probably before the end of the Premier League season. So
Yeah. So
Hey.
who knows?
When's the next bingo night, Habibi? Hashtag football hype. Tomorrow, inshallah, I'm doing a Q&A and bingo for the new year. Happy New Year to all of you guys as well. So we're gonna be there, inshallah.
Sam always finds nice ways to get people involved. I like it.
Yeah, Q&A and bingo night tomorrow, inshallah. Because listen, I'm 29, gonna be 30 in 2025, inshallah. I'm too old for this whole going out. Hey, it's 2025. I'm too old for this shit now. Khalas. I'm the wise old man of YouTube as of 2025, inshallah.
I'm going to be drinking myself into even more of a coma after this game. So, aye.
You see, Lewis is 25. You're 25, right?
26.
26, see? Wow. 3 years younger.
2 more years left in the tank.
3 years. When you become 29, Lewis, you're gonna run a Q&A on New Year's Eve. I promise you will. You're like too old for this shit. No one can.
Then I hear that.
I swear, bro. Like I just got to the time where I'm like, I don't even know which artist is performing where. I don't know which party is being held where. I'm just gonna be sat here. Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Happy New Year. That's it, bro. I swear.
I get. Plus, everyone else is gonna be out too, so make the most of it. Respect.
Facts. Big up to you, Abdi Hassan. I'll see you there tomorrow. In all seriousness, inshallah. In all seriousness, what if Slot is just a madness coach and this all ages well, if you get me? He lost 1 game in the year 30. You know what I love about Arne Slot, Jack? How they could ask him what you had for breakfast today, and he's gonna mention Forest. Maybe even the guys noticed it, but every press conference, every interview, he mentions Nottingham Forest.
You know why?
We play Forest away January 14th, like in 14 days. He's so rattled by Nottingham Forest.
Because it's the only team that beat him in a calendar year.
Yeah.
Yes, and this season as well for Liverpool.
At 2 clubs.
Imagine it's January, mate.
The whole of 2024.
And even with Feyenoord, except Forest. 1 game. Nuno Santo, you have... Listen, that game, January 14th, I expect us to play like Brazil 2002. Like, we're gonna just... It's gonna be revenge settings. He's so obsessed with Forest. The amount of times he mentioned that game is abnormal. By the way, I've noticed Arsenal fans never count cup losses, is what Jack Howe was saying. Hey, look. Lewis might have to sing You Never Walk Alone twice this season. One in the Carabao Cup and one in the Premier League, to be fair, because it stops Arsenal from winning something. Because Newcastle, listen, at St. James's Park, I get it. But we all know they're going to get slapped up at Emirates, so let's not even go there. They always get slapped up everywhere in London. Tesco Drake is delusional. Amarim out, Ineos out. Tesco Drake, anything you want to say back to that?
Who's Tesco Drake?
I don't think that's for me. I think that was for.
No, that's definitely
Jordz.
you, Shikh.
Yeah,
That's definitely you, because why would he aim Amarim out at Jordz or Vator?
I'm
That's a
I
good
don't
thing
agree
why you're
with.
getting compared to Drake, like not like a bad thing.
Yeah, I'm getting. Yeah, okay, that's not a good thing if I'm getting compared to him. But Amram out, I don't agree with.
Bro,
Ineos
respect
out,
Drake.
I agree with.
They're not like us.
He a fan. Amram out, I don't agree
Wallahi,
with.
you guys can't name 3 songs from that guy, man. Guys, shit.
From who?
Yes, I can. Not like us.
You can name 3 Kendrick songs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even me from Jordan.
All right.
Yeah, man.
I can lie to you. His latest song is shit, though. I didn't like it. Saka has been limping since last spring. He probably didn't have surgery when he should have. I can't lie to you. If this is something that's reoccurring, or this is something that they knew of and he didn't get surgery, then this truly is on Arteta, because you have to let the guy have
Definitely.
surgery. Yeah, you have to let the guy.
He's never been out for an extended period because of a hamstring injury. This is his first time actually having a hamstring injury, like a major injury. People have knocks all the time and they play through it. Let's not act like.
And this is what Jack is saying as well. Do you think Arteta ruined Saka? Actually, wait, hold that thought, because I'm going to ask you in the answer section. Yeah, I'm going to ask you in the answer section now. Okay, so hold. I promise you I'm going to let him address it, Jack. And last super chat here from Highline for Life. He says, watch out time. You know the video that's coming, right, Lewis?
Yes.
Watch out.
Pochettino should not be sacked. They could lose the next 5 games, and I would still say Pochettino should not be sacked.
RSM has crimes. RSM has crime on his hands for this video. Big up to you, Highline for Life.
Reminded me of where we've come from. You know what? I feel a bit better.
Watch
now.
out.
You want to know one thing?
Watch out.
I didn't miss it. I read it, Ed. I read it. You're it's the one with the surgery. I just read it. Mate. Big up to Netweed, says Arteta happy with his best loser medal and top 4 trophy. And this brings us to the last segment of the day. Look, we're only 50 likes away from 500 likes. That's our initial target. Guys, all the entertainment. We're calling Shikh Tesco Drake now. You get me? I'm going to use that in the intro next week.
I still seriously think that was for Jordz, not for me.
Well, how can it be for Jordz when he says
I'd seen it in the
out?
chat. I'd seen it in the chat earlier when.
Now they have compared Jordz to Drake, but out of the people here, it has to be you.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I think it is you, because he mentioned Amarim in it, innit? Because why would he say Amarim to Jordz? That's the third part that makes me think it's you. Anyway.
Saka has had a leg injury.
Let's get to 500 likes, guys. 500 likes. Hit the like button right now and subscribe to the channel. And Egal, let's talk title race. Arsenal and Liverpool. Seriously now.
You beat Ipswich. You already won, bro.
Oh my God, you're so shameless. I swear. I hate this.
It's not shameless. It's accepting the reality that Liverpool are going to go on to win this league. Arsenal,
how far are they clear now?
We can do what we want to do. We can try to push it as much as we can. But really and truly, the way you guys are playing offensively, the way we're playing offensively, with Bukayo Saka getting injured and Mo Salah playing the way that he is, you look at how Arne Slot has basically taken the league to storm.
You're trying to do, Shikh.
And he has Luis Diaz outperforming. You have all these players outperforming, and then you look at Arsenal. You have, besides Kai Havertz, wrong hand. Is actually outperforming nobody. So Hussam, I can't sit here every single day and just say I'm gonna win the league. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. No, the reality situation is we just have to take it game by game. You guys right now look like the favorites to win the league, and if we drop any more points, you might walk the league.
We have someone who can help you. That 1-0 against Ipswich could have been 2-0 or 3-0 if Sir Marcus Rashford was there. It is what it is, man.
Egal, you are the biggest
like a Carabao Cup
fraud.
Yeah,
you're the biggest gaslighting fraud in the universe.
I'm not being
the whole universe.
I'm being honest.
Boy, we're having
You
a
want me to sit here and tell you when you have the best.
Do you guys believe what he's saying?
When you have the best player in the world, one of the best goalkeepers in the world, one of the best
This is what I believe.
one of the best right backs in the world, when your team is outperforming to a level that I've not seen them perform to, when you have Diego Jota now coming back, you have Curtis Jones playing like this, Ryan Gravenberch playing like this. What the fuck? Your team turned into Super Saiyans out of nowhere, bro. I can't help it. We can't do shit. At the end of the day, if we find a way to get back into this title race, it's because Liverpool threw it away. The reality situation is anybody who gets back into this title race is because Liverpool threw away 9 points at some point of the season.
We are halfway through the season now.
We are halfway through the season, but Liverpool are at a clip where they're going to eclipse 90 points. And Arsenal at this point, I don't think we can eclipse 87 if we win every game from now until the end of the season.
No, I hear it. Like, I'm with you. I've already said it's Liverpool's to lose now.
No, but Lewis, that's not what I'm asking you. I'm not asking Shikh and Lewis whether they think that Liverpool are going to win the league or not, or they're favorites or not. I'm asking you, do you believe Egal's give up message?
No, I believe, like, from an Arsenal perspective, that's their mindset. But
yeah, I get that part too. But I feel like if Liverpool lose, not next week because they're playing against us, but if Liverpool do drop points like later on in the season, I could feel like Egal will say something else. Oh, Liverpool can drop points. We're still
but I hear what he's saying, where it's like they just have to keep doing their thing and hope Liverpool open the door for them.
Yeah. You just have to keep winning until the end.
Are you saying this just because Saka's injured, or what specifically? I don't get it.
Bro, what don't you get?
Explain, because you keep just saying, "Oh, Liverpool are playing well." Okay, Liverpool are playing well. That doesn't mean
Saka is injured. You have Mohamed Salah playing like the best player in the world, one of the best players in Premier League history right now. Also, you look at your whole team. You have numerous attackers that would not only start for us, that would currently probably be one of our best attackers. We can only take it game by game and try to get back into it. But unless you drop 9 points and we win out the rest of our games, which we don't look like we're capable of doing, why do you think I should be 100% confident in my team to go on and win the league?
I'm not saying you should be 100% confident. I'm just saying you're telling me congratulations. It's not even January.
Yes, I'm telling you congratulations because realistically, I could see you going on and seeing through this league title where I don't see Arsenal finding another playmaker, another goal scorer to fill Bukayo Saka's boots unless we go into the January transfer window and drop 85 million, which I don't believe we will do.
Okay, so I hate to keep asking this question because we ask you this question all the time. But since you're saying the league I'm
not talking about Arteta.
No, but but we always say, but you just said the season's over. If the league,
I didn't say the season's over. I said I don't think we can win the league this season. The season's not over. There's still other things we can do. It's not going to be as satisfying as what we wanted.
What other things? Like what other things you think you can do?
We're still in three other domestic. We're still in 2 domestic cups and a European trophy.
Okay, so you're more of like he has to at least win some trophy. It doesn't matter what type of trophy it is. Okay.
Yeah. At the end of the day, Liverpool have taken the league by storm. The reality situation is they have one of the best players, and in order to win, we need some of our best players. And Bukayo Saka being injured does not allow us to go out there with confidence and play our best game. And
the only reason I asked that was because
how on earth do you expect us to go out there and try to win the league with our main guy, one of our main attackers out when attack is one of our weakest points?
I really don't believe you, Egal, because you want to know something? If you beat Brentford and Brighton without Saka, you'll come here and you'll go like, we are not just one-man
That's
team.
What I'm saying. That's
and blah, blah, blah. That's why I'm not believing you. I'm not asking one second, Egal. I'm not asking.
Maybe
that's why I'm not
to see it first.
I'm not asking Lewis and Shikh to go like, oh, Arsenal are favorite. None of this. I'm just saying I don't believe Egal's like I give up speech, because all it takes is like 3-4 wins in a row and you would change your mind completely.
Listen, it's not about changing your mind. It's about facing the reality that we see in front of us. With Bukayo Saka injured, I don't see where we're going to get the firepower to say we're going to go on and blitz the league for the second half of the season. I just don't see it. At this moment in time, we have to go and spend major money in the January transfer window before I can say anything about this team going on and winning anything. That's the reality. We can maybe win the League Cup, maybe win the FA Cup, and second half of the season, if Bukayo Saka is back and we've made some major signings, you can say we can do something maybe in the Champions League, because the Champions League is a cup at the end of the day, and it's luck of the draw somewhat.
You're not. You're
No,
not.
no,
We're not
it
winning
is.
the Champions League.
I'm not
I
saying
wouldn't
we are going
allow
to win the
Sack
Champions League.
for the rest
One
of the
second,
season
one
either.
second.
But
I'm
that's
not saying
the
we
reason
are
why I
winning.
asked you that question.
I'm not saying
because-
we are winning anything. I'm just simply saying the reality is it's more likely that from this position you could say, oh, Arsenal have a better chance of fluking a Champions League than they do winning the league with the play.
I
the way
disagree.
they-
Can't
I
even
disagree
fluke a Champions League. That's my point.
completely.
Is that you can't even fluke a Champions League. I don't think you can. Fluke a
Hey,
Champions
I've seen Chelsea do it twice, mate.
Chelsea did
We
not
did not
fluke a
fluke it.
League. They
Champions
didn't
League.
fluke a
We didn't fluke
Champions
a
League.
single
Chelsea
one.
didn't.
They beat
bro.
Barcelona.
Chelsea
now,
were.
they didn't fluke in the
Here's the
Champions
thing.
League.
You need to understand what happened in 2012 was not just 2012. What happened in 2012 was what happened in 05 and 06 and 07 and 08 and 09 and
Yeah, the
like
Vincent
them
finals
building up
before.
that experience and them getting to that level. Pep told you this when he was doing interviews for Man City. He's saying you have to get to the semis first and the quarters and the blah 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 and you build yourself up. Chelsea got to 2 semis against Liverpool, lost one on penalties, lost one 1-0. They built from that, and that team as well. One thing I'll tell you about winning the Champions League, and Lewis and Shikh will agree with me by definition. You need to have moments players who make a difference. You cannot win a Champions League without moments players. It is categorically
And without
impossible.
Bukayo Saka, you think we're going to win a league or Champions League, bro?
Champions League, no, 100%
But,
no.
but then why do you still, you just said it. So why do you still back us to go and win the league over you? Where on earth are you going to drop 9 points? Stop
Okay,
gaslighting
okay,
people.
let me
You're
answer. Let
telling
me
me
answer.
I'm gaslighting Liverpool fans. You are gaslighting me. I watch your team week in, week out.
A Rock
I
and
see-
Austin of
I see Cody
gaslighters,
Gakpo.
guys. Here
I
we
see
are.
Cody Gakpo come off the bench scoring goals.
I'm not a
Scoring
gaslighter,
goals.
Lewis. I've never
Oh, yeah,
gaslighted.
here you are. You're already trying it.
Hussam.
Trying to
I'm
save
not-
a
Okay,
straight
no,
face.
okay, Gal, let me answer a question. Answer a
The
question.
reality situation is you
Can I answer
don't
the
want-
question? You asked the question. Let me
Stop for a
answer.
second. I get it. I get it. You don't want people to say it's done. Put pressure on Liverpool to win it. You don't
I
want
don't care about
You
that,
don't
to
want
be
the
honest.
story
I
to
really
change. But the reality is the story's changed. As of right now, Liverpool are the favorites. Liverpool are no longer the leopard.
Wrong.
Liverpool are the front runners.
Arsenal are favorites.
You guys are Usain Bolt. You guys are Usain Bolt, and people are trying to break your record.
Bro, okay, Egal, let me answer the question. The reason why you can win the Premier League, not the Champions League, is you don't need a difference maker to beat Brentford and Brighton and Ipswich and Southampton. Real Madrid are not on the Premier League. Bayern Munich are not in the Premier League. Inter Milan are not in the Premier League. You don't have and if you're talking about us dropping 9 points, let me answer the question. Listen to understand. Let me answer the question. And Liverpool go to Stamford Bridge, Brighton away. Stop smiling, Lewis, because you make me
with a
smile.
straight face.
Because you're
fraud.
making me smile. Wait, let me say
You're
it.
trying to act
We go-
like you're not the favourites. You're 9 points clear with a game in hand.
We
What
go
are
to
we
the
doing?
Etihad.
that's
We
not
go to
bad.
Stamford Bridge. We go to Brighton away. We go to Brentford away. Those are very tough fixtures. And we have to play Man United, which is a rivalry game. And we have to go to Nottingham Forest away. Nottingham Forest away, which is a hellhole this season. And we have to play you in the 36th game.
So do
week.
you see
At
Liverpool dropping 9 points?
I'm saying it's not impossible.
Right, but
And
all
do you
these
still
other
see
teams have to
Arsenal
go to
winning out the
different.
rest of the games?
That's what I'm saying too. Is that
To
other
catch you.
teams? Chelsea's dropping points right
Egal,
now.
your football is more sustainable. You have
What are you
a-
talking about?
No, I get what a guy was
You're
saying. Actually, though.
ridiculous. You
Yeah,
know
yeah,
that.
I'm
Sam,
actually, yeah. You
Sam,
can't even
now-
say that with a straight
Now
face.
you're chatting shit.
Sam.
You can't say that with a straight face.
You're a-
You can't
you
even say
seen-
that with a straight
you
face.
seen how you
No,
guys
actually,
played the
I'm
second
backing
half?
it.
Lewis is making me laugh. I'm not
No,
even
it's
laughing.
not. You're
This was
it's
nothing
not,
to
whatever.
do with
Sam.
me,
Oh,
bro.
Okay,
Oh,
Dad,
man.
who's
One second,
favorite?
This fraud
You-
actually
you've
said
lost
Man
all
United is a
credibility.
rivalry
You've lost
game.
all
You know,
credibility in this
he
argument.
actually said Man United is a rivalry.
You've lost
game.
all credibility
Come
in this
on.
argument because
Everyone in the
Come
chat,
on,
who's
man.
the favorites? Be honest.
No, no, no.
Come on, man.
Be
Because
honest
you
in the
went out
chat
of your
right now.
way. You went out of your
Come
way to
on.
say the way we play is more
Shameless.
sustainable. Bro, we don't
So
score as many goals as you. Yes, we play defensive football. Defense can win you leagues. But you still need to be able to score a level of amount of goals where you're going to be able
Facts.
to win some of these games. Mo Salah and what you guys have in your attack right now is able to win you more games than what we currently have going on at Arsenal. And for you to say what we are doing is more sustainable is crazy to me. Because we are seeing out 1-0 wins.
Actually,
Yes,
majority Arsenal as well. That is
two,
crazy.
2-1 wins. But
Bro,
you
I
are
have
seeing out
faith
You have
in her
created a
6-0
cult.
wins.
Do you understand that?
Hell yeah, I've created a cult. Welcome to the
ridiculous.
Leopard Nation, mate. This is the cult. This is
No,
Nine
this is
points
you're in
clear of a
denial.
game in hand. I
You're in
have to
denial.
respect it.
You're in denial.
Yeah,
What
it's
you're
a
seeing in
straight
front of
denial,
you,
but I respect it. I respect
you don't
it.
Even
want to
Chelsea fans
acknowledge.
are agreeing with me. Thank you,
You don't
Salman.
want to
Because I
acknowledge.
understand it. Arsenal still must. It's just they won't.
Yeah.
I've come to accept it. They
There's
won't.
a difference between favorites and must. There's a big difference between favorites and must.
The honest,
Just
harsh
saying.
reality is, I came to the realization
Arsenal must.
we weren't going to win the league.
Liverpool.
The
I
moment
can't lie to you.
Bakayoko-
The fact that I said Arsenal
One
are more
second.
sustainable
One
made me
second.
laugh.
The reality,
So
Yeah,
guys,
yeah, that was
guys,
You
guys,
said United was a tough
guys,
game, you know.
guys,
That's crazy.
the
Not true at all,
realization.
but I took it too
One
far
second.
there.
The day that I realized it's not possible for us to go on to win the league is the day that January transfer window shuts and we've not made enough adequate signings. At this moment in time, there's still a possibility, but it needs Liverpool to massively fall off. Liverpool massively need to fall off, but we are no longer favorites. We are no longer front runners. We're no longer the team that people can say you must, because the team that you must would still have one of the best players in the league.
Here we go. See,
No.
see why I will
now
never
you've
give
got
him that.
to-
See,
you
No,
must.
wallahi, that's true. You guys know
No.
it in the heart of your hearts. When Arsenal lost Bukayo Saka, that was one of the biggest nails in their coffin for the season, for the title race.
But that's also you guys' faults for not
Yeah.
strengthening well enough.
Exactly.
Which is why I'm
It's
saying,
still your
like, the whole
fault.
aspect is still you lot must, solely because we were told for 2 years when City slip up, you will be there. And now Liverpool's there clear. But that's the thing, you won't. And that's ultimately down to you. Regardless of the injuries and anything like
Yeah.
that, it's down to you lot.
thank you.
So you guys must, but you won't. That's just it.
Also, Egal, like you know what? You speak to us like we haven't worked with you. We work with you, mate. We remember all the stuff you said from the start of the season.
No,
Like-
but what have I said that contradicts what I'm saying right now? Bukayo Saka getting injured. We don't have cover for him. You guys know this. We didn't sign the proper cover for him. Also, Odegaard
And
got
that's why
injured.
it's your fault.
Odegaard got injured. We
But
could
that's not my
manage.
fault.
Odegaard got. That's not your fault, but that's why you're also gonna get an easier campaign, and you're gonna potentially go on to win the league a lot easier with Rodri getting injured, Saka getting injured, some of your key competitors getting injuries. It's not your fault, but really and truly, you've capitalized where we couldn't.
No, but you're trying to make it like a thing where we can't say that you must because Saka now got injured. The
No,
whole
but
thing is you still
but
have
then
to
you're
must.
being disingenuous.
How
You're
are we being disingenuous when we
You
said
are.
before the injury needed to happen that you needed to
sit
strengthen
here and
this summer?
to sit here and say everything is the same, even though Bukayo Saka is injured, is crazy.
No, but it's to say
no,
that
I
you
was
lot
sitting
didn't
here.
strengthen
One
to
second.
have
to
to
say
go.
that you
Guys,
still
stop.
must.
You know
is that
how I know?
crazy?
You know how I know? You know how I know? Because if
Uh-huh.
I was sitting here today and I was telling you guys we're still gonna win the league, you guys would be pushing back saying, "Oh, how are you gonna win the league without Saka?"
No, I wouldn't.
No,
I wouldn't.
Wait,
No,
but that's not
no.
what we're saying. We're saying that you guys are in a position where you must be winning the league this season from the start
We
of
are
the
in a
campaign.
position-
And
From
you've
the start of the
allowed
campaign,
it
We are in
to
a
fall
position
off.
where if we don't win the league, it is a failure, and I agree with you. But at the
That's
same
what we're saying.
time, to say from this position we still must go on to win the league, or else everyone needs to be sacked, is ridiculous. Because now the season is being put into an aspect where
And
it's like,
someone
oh,
does have to be sacked because it's been years where you guys have meant to be getting an adequate
and I think that
replacement.
person has
Yeah,
already
you
been
just
gone.
And you
neglected
haven't
the
done
striker
that.
department.
And not
Just
only have
neglected
you
it.
not done that, you guys have overplayed him for years, which might also be fucking up your best player's long-term future. So that is still you guys' responsibility.
Yes.
What are we
Listen,
gonna do?
gaslighting aside,
Nobody's
Liverpool are in a
gaslighting.
very
I'm
good
telling you the
position.
honest truth. You don't want to hear the honest truth.
No,
You
I'm
want me to
saying
sit
myself.
here?
I'm saying
No.
myself.
There's gaslighting on
Hussam,
both sides.
Hussam, you want me to sit here every day and be
called me
fake
the
and
rock of
delusional?
gaslighting.
I'm not
Have
going to
to
do
shame
that.
you.
The reality is,
Yeah, he's lost it.
people want to hear Egal be delusional.
called
People want to
Egal.
hear Egal say, "Oh, we're going to go and do it." No,
I don't want to hear you
there
do
comes a
anything.
point. There comes a point. Even the most positive person can sit there and tell you, "You know what? It doesn't look like it's going to happen."
Listen, I hear, okay, I understand where you're coming from. I'm not gaslighting, okay? I'm just saying, okay, when it comes to Arsenal, that's the club that must, not me. This
know,
is slots.
I know
Let
for a
me
fact.
speak, Egal, ya habibi, let me speak. I'm not gaslighting you. Okay, I gaslit a little bit when I said Arsenal are more sustainable. That's a bit gaslighting, I admit. I own it.
How
That was
about
my
both of you must? Because I feel like on both sides, man, are trying to duck responsibility.
That's
One
true.
man
I'm
is
not
nine.
ducking
Wait.
responsibility.
One
Yeah.
man is 9 points clear with a game in hand, still trying to do the underdog gimmick.
Doesn't wanna
And
say it,
another
yeah.
one is trying to throw everything down to Saka being injured when they should have been the team capitalizing on City falling off. Ultimately, both of you are ducking. Both of you are.
Lewis,
Facts.
you want to know something? If you want to say that, say that. But I'm actually acknowledging that my team is not in the situation that I want it to be in. And at this moment in time, we're headed down a road where it looks like our season could end up being a failure.
I hear
It's
you.
too early. It's too early to write it off because there is a January window where you can rectify it. But if they don't rectify it in the January window, they're not taking the season serious.
But that's
And-
where
and-
also someone has to be responsible, because even
can
with the Saka
rectify it.
injury,
You can
you've known
rectify
for
it.
years you need to have
Rashford is
adequate
not going to
depth.
rectify our season, bro.
I
What
think
are
you will.
Are you drunk? I'm sorry. The man
think
can't
you
help
will.
you.
I think you will.
I'm here for the chaos, fam. I won't even
This,
front.
yo,
Big up,
no,
Marcus.
no.
You
I
want
need
to do,
one
mate?
game of Rashford, Havertz, Sterling up
Egal,
front. Just once.
MR14
One game.
Marcus, MR14 Marcus rectification. That's what we're calling it.
Okay, guys, on a serious note though, banter aside.
Marcus
You guys call Arsenal
rectification.
fans delusional. You make fun of us. You make jokes about us.
Yes.
I get it. We haven't won the league for 20 years. But really and truly, what am I saying to you right now that's wrong?
Okay, I'll tell you. The only
the
part
stuff
that
about it
all
all
three
just
of
coming
us
down to
disagree
Saka
with
being
was the
injured.
fact that you say Arsenal, it's not an Arsenal you must. The thing is, Egal, okay, I'll tell you where this conversation would have been a bit different.
Also,
If you-
accountability. Someone's got to be
Yes.
held accountable for you not being competitive.
If Arsenal were in Liverpool's place now, like 9 points ahead, and then Saka got injured, okay, I understand. You were top, you did your thing, you cooked everyone, but unfortunately, Saka got injured, you're unlucky, and tried to sign someone in January, I understand. But the fact that even while Saka was there, City fell off a cliff, and it wasn't you here. And at the start of the season, if I told anyone in the whole universe, City are going to are going to win 2 games out of 15, everyone would have said, including myself, Arsenal are going to win the league. That's why the Arsenal you must is still the same thing. That's just the reality of the situation. It becomes Liverpool you must in March. It's not even January, mate. It's December. Let me live.
Bro, if you fumble it from 9 points of a game in hand, it's still a fuck.
Yeah, but the game in hand is Everton away. You drew to Everton. You drew to Everton. There you are.
No, I hear that, but you're a better team. You should be
Listen,
handling it better.
Maybe we're better on paper only, but it's a difficult game.
Brother. Oh, brother.
Let me read the super chat before we wrap up the stream, mate. Big up to all of you guys. Guys, we're only 10 likes away from 500. Can you bunch of frauds just like the video? Yani, we're here. Egal has work at 5 a.m. At least like the video, mate. You know, like the video. Let's get to 500. We're not asking you for 1,000 likes. 500. We're now 5 likes away. Like the video. Frauds. Just like, I can't believe in the middle of me like saying all that, I said Arsenal was sustainable. I'm sorry, bro. I just cracked up at my own self there. That's actually mad.
Can you admit that you're gaslighting
So
for once?
shameless.
No, I
admit
am
you're
not
wrong?
gaslighting. I refuse to say anyone must other than Arsenal because City fell off, and really you must. Really, on a real, you must. Yes. It becomes a Liverpool you must based on timing. Based on timing, it becomes Liverpool you must.
You both must.
You can say we must.
I'm not disagreeing. I'm saying it's just us on timing.
You can say we must, but will we?
It's still both of you.
Hussam, you can say we must, but will we? That's the question. Will we actually do it?
Listen,
Do
City,
we actually have the capability to do it from where we are right now?
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Yes. Capability.
I question my club's ambition in the transfer window. And if they don't show the ambition in this January transfer window, you can say forget about the league title.
I hear it.
Mate. But then also someone's got to be held accountable for that.
Edu's already gone. So I don't know who the fuck else we're going to hold accountable in the back room.
Maybe Arteta. Maybe what's his name?
I'm not having an Arteta conversation until the season ends.
Carlos Egal says he doesn't want to have
hear all of that still. I'm just saying, like, it will get to a point where someone must be held accountable for that.
Big up to Highline for Life, who says Arsenal signing hashtag MR14. Lewis Shikh, let's do it one more time.
Wallahi,
why are you doing left hand?
I'm left-handed.
No.
All day.
The only way signing Rashford makes sense is if we still go and get another quality big signing.
I hear you. Arsenal should prioritize cups with Saka out. I can't lie. I hear this mentality, Jack. But then what happens? Let's say in the final, it's Arsenal against Liverpool. Then what?
We should still try to
without
win,
Saka at Wembley.
We
then
should
what?
still win.
No, but even I would tell you, you call me a gaslighter, right? Even I would tell you, I expect my team to beat Arsenal at Wembley because they don't have Saka. Even I would say I think we're favored.
A one-off game, I expect to be able to beat you. I seen your team beat the Invincibles with a dead squad.
I hear you. But that was Michael Owen. Who's your Michael Owen?
It's gonna have to.
Kai
We're gonna
Havertz.
have to find out.
Big up to Musi, Grey Goose. Doubles in the chat for him as well for the big donation. Big up to you, Musi, who says, lol, out of nowhere, Egal? Lol, nah. So you admit Salah is better than Saka. Say it with chest now.
I've
'cause you were
always said Salah is
Let me
better than
finish
Salah.
it. So you weren't speaking this way 4 weeks ago. We stay in the tree. Tell him.
What are
Calm
you
down.
talking about? They're
Can I just
lying.
finish the super chat, mate? He spent
No, because he's lying.
Okay, after respond. We stay in the tree, come down every game week, then go to the top. Leopard Nation rise. Can Leopard Nation rise in the chat? We are the cult, mate. We run this whole title race narrative. We are the fucking cult, mate. Rise in the chat. Rise, Leopard Nation, rise in the chat now, mate. Go ahead, Egal, respond.
First of all, when did I ever say Saka is better than Salah? When? That's ridiculous. Let's not do that. Salah's the best player in the Premier League right now, and Salah might be one of the best. He might be the best player in the world right now. I don't think there's too many people you could argue.
The way that you responded to that tells me that you probably have said that at some point in time. Saka's better than Salah. I can tell you're smirking now. You probably said it at some point in time.
I've never said
never
that.
Ever, not even last season.
If we had Saka, the last 2 seasons, we win multiple league titles by now.
If you had Salah, you mean?
If we had Salah, yeah.
Okay, fair enough. He just said it publicly.
Yeah.
We got your £20 worth. Small cups won't save Arteta. Doesn't justify 600 million. I am with you.
You know what's going to save Arteta? The injuries. That's the reality.
Shouldn't be running his players into the ground then.
It's not his fault.
When is it going to end, Robbie?
It's not his fault.
Big up to you. Big up to Jack. Who says, my reason for saying that is because they risk going trophyless, trying to chase down a league title, which is much harder without your main player. You get me? I hear you, but then that means the cup competitions that they should chase is Carabao and FA, because you cannot win Champions League as well either. So this is the position that they're in right now. I hear your logic, but it just depends what happens. If Spurs, by the way, okay, Egal, I will not ask you an Arteta out question, but it's an Arteta out question. I'll give you the worst.
Not winning a trophy, and if we
okay,
get
no. Let me give you worst scenario ever. Let's say Spurs knock us out of Carabao Cup, and the final is now Arsenal against Spurs at Wembley. If he gives Ainge a trophy for Spurs, would you want him gone then?
That's a sackable offense, yes.
Okay, I respect it.
I think because of the fan base, then it wouldn't be acceptable to lose a cup final to your fiercest rival. That's not acceptable.
Whose fault is it we're Saka FC after 6 seasons?
I think anybody who has a quality player is going to lean on that player, and people need to get that through their head.
Okay. OR has brought out 3 of your takes in one, so I'm going to read them in one go. So is Slot better than Arteta? Question 1. But Egal, you have field tilt plus better 11 than Real Madrid. Egal, is Rice better than Gravenberg?
Rice is better than Gravenberg. Okay,
he just emptied the clip, basically.
One second. Arnie Slot right now this season is doing better with what I thought was less. So I'll give him credit. I still don't know how to judge individual managers based on one season. Let me see more. Number 1. Number 2, Ryan Gravenberch has only done it for what? This season? I'm not going to say he's better than Declan Rice, but right now he's playing better. He's on better form this season. And then field tilt. Who the fuck talks about field tilt? I'm sorry, you're chatting shit.
Okay, fair enough. My vote for Liverpool with goals from Lochito, Salah, and Gakpo. Me and bald guy made up. Big up, El Calvo. Big up to you, my brother. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate you, Omar. And I hear you. We're definitely up there, but I think Arsenal and Forest are more likely than us, and City. Big up to Musi Grey Goose, who says, Egal, please regulate your fans from singing Ale, Ale, Ale without being Champions League winners too.
Our song is about winning and dominating England. As we've won the league at Anfield, we won the league at White Hart Lane, we won the league at Old Trafford, we won the league at Stamford Bridge.
I hear you. I went Arteta sacked, sick and tired of the man. Arteta didn't take advantage of LFC dropping points.
That's true. But now LFC are going to take advantage of Arsenal missing their best player.
You sacked more managers with 1 billion squad and still shit. That's a response to Lewis, I'd assume.
Fairs.
Oh, I mean, If you think we're shit, fair enough. I ain't saying too much after that game. I don't care.
He can't have.
No, we deserve the smoke. We can hold that.
It's not 9 points with a game in hand. You're gaslighting. I did check as Egal was speaking. Factually, we have both played 18 games and we're 9 points ahead.
No, but you have a game in hand.
Tomorrow, no?
No. As of the second, 18 matches played, we're 9 points ahead.
Oh, brother. All right, take the technicality. Oh, my God.
Hold that. Till they play
How many
Brentford.
points do you currently have ahead of us?
2 days. You lot
9.
are next level, I swear.
Hey, you know the Don Hussam community. We rise up. You know this.
Yeah,
bro.
fair
You know.
play, man. You are a good community. Respect.
Don't say right now, is he better than Arteta? Pure question from OR here.
He's doing better right now. I don't think.
Can
he's
you
better.
answer this question? Who's better, Arteta or Slot?
I've not seen enough of Arne Slot to say he's 100% better or worse.
I agree. Arteta's better
season.
manager. That's why he must.
Fair enough.
Netweed saying, so it's the tea lady's fault. Phase 5 failed. Got it, is what Netweed is saying. And then Murad, who actually was quite a positive Arsenal fan, he's saying, Egal, accept that we're shit, mate. Makes life easier.
One second. We're not shit. But the thing is, in life, when you progress and you start doing things better, you always look at the end goal and you never actually sit down and look at where you've gone and how far you've come from where you originally were. So right now we've come very far as a football club, but we are currently in a situation where we haven't gotten to the end goal. So until we get to the end goal, we're going to view it as if we're still shit or we're still not good enough to be where we want to be. But the reality is a lot of other teams look around and they look at us and they say, you know what, this team is so close. They're almost there. But when you're that team, you don't view it as that way. You view it as every single season is a failure until you win it.
Well done, Egal. I'm with you. You sound just like Dr. Phil there. On that note, we're going to wrap up the stream, you guys. Make sure you guys are liking the video. Subscribing to the channel if you're yet to
This
do
has
so.
been an unbelievable gaslight off. I can't
This
lie. I
is-
needed
This is
that
crazy,
after
man.
this
This
game.
is
I
crazy.
needed that.
This has been an elite stream, bro. Make sure you guys are liking the video. Make sure you guys are subscribing. Vator Games TV, Durag Diaries, United Spurs of America in the description. Subscribe to them.
Can I ask you a
Carefree
question?
Louis G. What?
Why does every show, is it just me or does every show turn about Arsenal arguments?
No, it's normal.
No.
You're listen, Egal, you met me in the quadruple charge season. When you're relevant, you're relevant. Like, why do you think we tell Shikh you lose every week? It's not special. Progress without trophies. Are you mad? I hear you. I hear you, to be honest with you. But anyway, Egal Talks Football, Shikh TV, who's going live now as well. Carefree Louis G. Love you all, and I'm back tomorrow at 1:15 p.m. UK time, inshallah, with Tom and Kopish. Peace.